do that.
For the fans, by the fans. Welcome to the only Angels postgame show that keeps it real, win or lose. No filters, no fluff, just raw reactions right after the final out. The Golden Stamos is polished up and somebody's about to take it home. A clutch hit, a game-saving grab, or just straight-up hustle. We see you, but if you played like trash, you're getting the dreaded Nacho Night Award. We saw the missed calls, we saw the blown saves, the clutch moments, and the disasters too. Your comments are front and center, and yeah, we read all of them. Wanna let loose? Call in and sound off live. No scripts, no suits, no spin. This is raw, this is real, this is where the fans take over. This is the Heady Postgame Show with Todd Fox. For the fans, by the fans.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd.
Hey, welcome in everybody to the Halos in the Infield, not post-game show, preview show, as the Angels take on the Astros tonight, live from the Big A. I am Todd Fox, along with James.
It's good to be here here at Brewhiem. Hopefully everybody can hear us. We got our drinks going. What is this? The
Strawberry kiwi seltzer. So we're over here at Brewhiem drinking it up.
We got some folks here. We have the Halo Boys group here.
The Halo
will be
Boys
out there in right field tonight. I wonder how many sheets will be out there. Or what is it called? Halo
Robes.
Yeah. Can't say sheets.
Oh, how does like this one?
So hopefully everybody can hear us. We're gonna start up now.
Yeah.
Talk about the game.
Well, first before we get into that, I want to give thanks to Halo Boys that are here, all the fans that are here. You got Better, you got Saucy, everyone's in the house. What's your name? Andy?
Abby.
All right, Abby's here. A lot of Angel fans are ready for tonight. We want to knock out the Astros! Woo! Knock out the Astros. Detroit's already clinched the playoff spot, so it's up to either us or Cleveland to knock out the Astros. So we'll see what happens there tonight. As we're live here from Brewhiem, we're going to be talking a lot of Angels baseball. And we're also going to give our final synopsis on what happened with the team and how we move forward from here, if we move forward.
Do we have to?
Oh, we have to. We're going to break down players, get the sort of like the feel of the fans, what they think about who did what this year.
Because the positives are just not enough this season. We're going to have to get into some negatives, that's for sure.
Did you call, by the way, AM30? See, anybody got there?
I called Roger Lodge last night, or in the evening time. It was on a 10-second delay. And so I was able to do his impression, which I shouldn't have. I should have started out with, hey, my name's Todd. I'm from Whittier. Kind of sauce him up a little bit and then go into the whole, but I didn't glaze him. I went right away for like, hey, guys. And then he cut me off like that. And then he proceeded. I was telling Saucy, he did an interview with Trent Rush in the first hour that lasted 30 minutes, which he used for filler in the last hour. So, it was
that's when you know you have no talent and no material.
That's when you know you're a hack.
We got more folks coming in. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, a lot of people coming in here tonight. A lot of people are going to be getting some drinks on and hopefully getting in the happy mood before we play the Astros.
That's hard to do, especially with the weather outside.
Yeah, exactly. So, James, getting to what happened last night, we weren't on the podcast post-game last night. Obviously, we're going to do one from here after the game, but what happened with last night's game?
Well, last night, just with the scoring, Christian Walker had his 25th home run to start the scoring off in the top of the fourth. It was 1-0 Houston. Then Zach Cole doubled in a run to make it 2-0 there. Then we had a steal of home to make it 3-0, and you thought Houston was done, or the game was pretty much done with, being down 3-0. Boma fourth comes up, and Mike Trout hits his solo shot, his 24th of the year, to make it a 3-1 Angel deficit. Then bottom of the fifth, Denner Guzman had the double to bring in more. It was 3-2.
And speaking of which, if I could bring in Denner Guzman, you see him in the lineup next year as far as because we were hearing about Roger. Roger was saying,
well, I think this guy could be starting at third base.
And then someone called in after glossing him up and said, well, what about Rendon?
So that was a last name I wasn't hoping to hear. I think Rendon owes us all drinks, right?
I think so. I think he owes us a lot. That guy seriously has not done a damn thing. As Saucy was saying, that he's playing for a DFA. So
we'll wonder if we'll see him next year or the year after.
absolutely. So go on.
Bottom of the seventh, Chris Taylor singled in the ball down the right field line, tied the game as Guzman came home to score. And then the bottom of the eighth, the impossible kind of happened. Mike Trout hit his 25th home run, solo shot to make it 4-3. And then Kenley Johnson came in to get his 29th save, I believe it was.
Yes.
And the Angels won 4-3. Playing spoiler like they always seem to do around this time of year. You notice that they kind of wrap it up when they know they're out of it. And then they have an opponent coming in, and they're just trying to kind of spoil things. And again, like you mentioned, Detroit won today. So Houston and Cleveland going for the wild card spot. Burt got the win, so he's 7-1 this year, which is crazy. He took that line drive off of his lower back, I want to say, yesterday. That was really painful. He was able to stay in and get the outs. But yeah, Mike Trout, it was kind of a throwback game for him. He had the 2 home runs last night. So that was pretty cool seeing him work the fireman's hat twice.
And that's the thing with him. It's like we want him to succeed. We want him to be that guy because he was that guy for so many years. And it just seems like the last 4 years, Mike Trout hasn't been hitting the ball like he should. He brought it up many times. He strikes out a lot. And for him to come through with 2 clutch home runs in the 9th inning, or not in the 9th inning, but in that game last night, one of the bottom of the 8th inning, was pretty cool. And again, like we go back to it, we're like, hey, I wish we would get guys on because the way this team is built, and I've been bringing it up the last couple post-game shows, is they have a lot of speed. They're very fast, and it just seems we don't utilize that speed enough. And with Guzman and Arata, I think we're going to be forced to use that speed, right?
Yeah, and the unfortunate part is bringing up these guys so premature. Didn't want to see Rada yet, of course, but with Guzman, that was 26 or 27.
Yeah.
But with all the injuries and then Rahifo being a free agent, eventually these moves will have to be made to bring up the young guys in the typical Angel fashion where they're not ready. And I hate that. Every other team is like, okay, let's groom them.
Yeah.
Let's not bring them up right away and ruin them. We have Hayden Dana starting tonight. That's one prime example right there where it's like, okay, brought him up and kind of ruined him right away. So we'll see what happens tonight as we preview maybe.
Well, we have a lot of players that, again, like when we bring them through the system, they do a really good job if they have, like you said, like other teams, have like a couple of years to work towards getting to where they got to be, because it seems like we're bringing these guys out there without even getting their feet wet. And so we're throwing them into the fire, like, here, go for it, man, go for it. And like you said, other teams have that luxury of letting a guy just work his way off the bench, work his way into the starting lineup. We automatically start guys like Guzman, like others that have come through, and it's a lot of pressure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Kena Dana come up from a single A last year to start?
I think so, yeah.
It's pretty embarrassing when you think about it.
Well, it's just like the frustration I get when I hear people like, oh, Christian Moore's not that good. It's like, bro, you literally gave him no time in the minors, and you just threw him into the fire like, hey, you're our new second baseman. Have at it, It's like anything he does is positive in a way,
Yeah, definitely. You want me to get into tonight's game?
Yeah, let's get into tonight's game before we. I'm going to bring John from the Halo Boys on here in a bit, and let him talk with us as far as how things are going with the Halos. But go ahead, let's hear about tonight.
So Caden Dana will start for the Angels tonight. He's number 36. He has an 0-3 record, 6.39 ERA, 25 1/3 innings, 28 strikeouts. His whip at 1.66, really high for him. Career record is 1.5 and a 7.32 ERA. Rob is on the way, by the way.
Okay.
So with Dana, what have you seen from his starts so far this year, or his appearances, I should say?
I'm liking salute everybody. Some people are hearing it good and some people aren't. I don't know what it is. But either way, it's probably feedback off the microphone. So just work with us. We're at a Brewhiem brewery, so the sound is not going to be exactly perfect. So I appreciate you guys being on here either way. Expecting from Kane Dana, I think I just want to see more of his aggressiveness when up in the count 0-2 or 1-2. I want to see him go to a pitch that's not a fastball. And I want to see stuff down in the zone. I don't want to see it up in the zone. Too many of our pitchers don't have that knockout pitch, bro. And we don't have a problem with getting guys to 2 strikes. We have a problem with finishing players off, you know. And so, like, we have that issue of not being able to get that final strikeout. So that's what we're looking for tonight. I want Dana to go out with a nice, solid start tonight. Kind of like audition a little bit for next year, because obviously he'll be in spring training. He'll have an opportunity to get out there again. But if he could finish strong with that last start, I think that would mean a lot.
Yeah, definitely. The Astros will come up with a starter named AJ Brewhiem. His number 69, by the way. I don't know how that went through. He's pitched in 10 games this year, 3-1 record, a 1.93 ERA, 28 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts. He's looked pretty low. He'll probably have a good 7 innings against the Angels lineup today. You just know it.
Let's hope not. I hope the Angels attack. I want them to be not so aggressive to where we're striking out 14 times. But if the guy's going to start first pitch, second pitch up in the zone, have at it. You know what I mean? But I'd like to see them finish out this game tonight because we all know, I mean, they're pretty much not going to be playing too much tomorrow. But tonight's the night where they're going to probably show off for the last time. So to knock out the Astros would be huge. Listen, dude, we've only had one winning season, record-wise, season series, and that was COVID against the Astros. So we've lost every freaking year that the Astros have been in the division. That's not counting the first 2 seasons when the Astros came over from the AL. I mean, they handled us then too.
Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. I don't think they even cheated against the Eagles. They didn't really need that.
There was that Ohtani start where it was blatant. You can see that.
Oh, definitely. So to again mention the Detroit Tigers clinched their postseason appearance. They got the division. Well, not yet, but they're waiting for Cleveland and Houston to wrap up. Houston's 1 game out. Cleveland has that last wild card spot. The Yankees somehow took over the East right there.
What did Toronto crap that one out of the way?
Yeah, they're not hitting as well. Detroit, it seemed like for the 15, 20 days has just been awful. Just flatline. And we just wonder with all the firings that may happen, AJ Hinch, John Snyder in Toronto, you just wonder what's going to happen. But shout out to the Cleveland team for making a run out of nowhere. It's just been amazing to see that.
Well, think about it. I mean, it was early September. They were 9 games out. They were 15 games out in late July.
Yeah.
So for the fact that they're even there, it reminds me, unfortunately, brings back the pain of '95.
I was going to ask you about that. I wasn't like a fan of anything back then, but that must have.
Oh, it sucked because Oakland was actually bad that year.
Yeah.
And Texas was too. And Seattle was floundering with all that talent, and they just needed something to wake them up, and we woke them up. So I mean, that was the worst year. Like, I had no hatred towards the Mariners until that year. Like, I was actually a Griffey fan. I was like, oh man, Griffey's cool. I like Edgar Martinez. I like Jay Buhner. Randy Johnson was cool, but boy, that fell apart real quick.
I think I wrote number 3 just because of King Griffey Jr. back in the day.
Yeah.
Sega Boy really quick says Altuve is Mickey Mouse. I never noticed that.
He's as tall as Mickey Mouse, that's for sure.
He's what, 5'6" or 5'5", 5'4", something like that.
Yeah. Him and Kyler Murray are about the same height.
Oh wow.
So what we want to do here now that we preview the game, John, I want you to jump in if you can get a second here better and get you in over here. Try to squeeze you in on the camera here.
Appreciate it. We got the same one. I'll put mine for the bet.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see if you can get in a little bit. There you go. Say hi to everybody. Here's the mic.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, bring it up here.
Hello? You hear me?
I think it should be going. Is it up? You hear?
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, John,
So, John, we want to get your opinion. Here you go. We want to get your opinion, John, about the baseball team this year. First off, the Halo Boys. So before we get into the team, how did that start, and how are you continuing this movement of yours?
Well, I mean, we've been fans, our whole lives, and I couldn't believe that there weren't any Angels in Angel Stadium, so we became the Angels in Angel Stadium. And it's pretty much as simple as that. They started sitting in right field, became Angels in the outfield, and a ton of people started joining us, and now we're here at a brewery with a ton of Angels fans who are all wearing halos, and it's just so cool to see.
Yeah, we got
Thank you, everybody.
If we had the camera to turn around, there's a bunch of you guys and gals here. Let's make some noise for the Angels! All right. So the movement is going pretty good. Has the Angels brass talked to you about maybe giving you guys a permanent spot there in right field?
There have been no such discussions, but they have hooked us up a couple times with some stuff. So I'm thankful for what they've done. They've been helping us out.
Okay, you can be nice about it because they've been nice to you, but like we've been treated bad. But I will say this though, that is cool what you did because it was noticed not only on a local level but a national level. And I had friends from out of state that were like, "Dude, you guys are doing something really cool there," and then you get the but you're not winning. It's like, yeah, well, that just goes to show you John's movement and his buddies are showing that the Angels have this hunger to win and that we want to win. We want to get to the postseason. Just imagine your movement if this team was in a spot to make a wild card push or if it entered into the postseason. You realize this 40-some-odd thousand, was it 45,000 at capacity?
Yeah, right under.
You would have at least 38,000 wearing your robes, and it would be that freaking movement. Probably white towels and everything, and just do a freaking whiteout, dude. How cool would that be?
I envision it for sure. Seeing how it's been with right field, I mean, because everybody doesn't want to put on the whole outfit. I mean, it's a whole thing. I understand.
Yeah,
Like just wearing white is easy. We got the City Connect, which is like a cream color, so that's cool too.
Yeah.
Like lots of white jerseys too. So yeah, I want to see it. We desperately need October baseball in Anaheim. We're getting desperate for it.
Absolutely. I mean, we haven't had a winning season since 2015, playoffs since 2014. And it sucks because the way baseball is structured now, you don't really have to be out of the postseason that long. Like there's more incentive for these teams to turn around to get to the postseason. You've even had the Rockies and Pirates make the postseason the last 7 years. So where are we? Why are we so bad, in your opinion?
I think a lot of it comes down to luck. I think we've seen just a lot of different players and just events and things happen to where you have Trout and Ohtani should have been the best 1-2 of all time.
Yeah.
Seriously, like that's a super team in itself. That should be enough to be pretty much your entire offense. And due to injuries, we very rarely would see both of them healthy and playing multiple months at a time. It's like it's always one was out or the other's out. So I think that's a big part of it. Also, Anthony Rendon, don't show your face in Anaheim. We all hate you. You are making more than Trout this
What
year.
do we think about Rendon?
Yeah, do you like Rendon? Any Rendon fans here? No Rendon fans? No, I guess not.
Hey, he's going to be the MVP next year.
Yeah, we always try to keep it nice, but I got nothing nice to say about that man who's just robbing us blind. So I think that's huge because that's so much of our salary cap is going to that guy who's produced less than nothing the entire time he's been here.
Now here's the other thing. And, a good owner, a good, management crew, commissioner, whatever, listens to the fans. Like, you want to have the pulse of your fans. Like, what do they want? And it just seems like the Angels don't go out there and care about what the fans want. This is me saying, I know you want to keep things cool, so this is me saying it. But I feel that the Angels organization does not care that if you poll every Angel fan here, they're going to say pitching. Like, we have had a failure at starting pitching. And, again, Kane and Daniel, you said pitches with number 36 tonight. And the last good homegrown pitcher we've had is Jared Weaver. We have not gone outside the box to get a starting pitcher. How big of an issue is that to you?
The starting pitching is everything. That sets the tempo for every single game you have. So, you're starting five, or teams are even doing like weird rotation period 6 now. But like five. You really need a solid five, and we haven't gotten it. I mean, I feel bad for Tyler Anderson because he set a record for the longest streak of starts without a win, and he honestly thought he was pretty good last year. He at least kept us in there.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty grim, and he kept showing up and he was performing, so it was good to see. So it was sad seeing that this year. That was obviously a disappointment. Watching Kikuchi in his first, 10 starts, get a total of, maybe 11 runs in his 10 starts. He's getting like 1 run a start, so he allows 2 runs early on and then settles in, doesn't allow anything, and ends up with a loss. That was a big issue. But, definitely, we all say it, we get a lot of washed up pitchers for sure. I think that's an issue. We shouldn't be going for pitchers at the end of their career. The draft pick this year was definitely interesting, not what everybody was expecting, but, just because they want him to be able to pitch sooner.
Yeah.
Because, he's got college experience and should be able to come in. And I think he'll be great. And I'm honestly glad we got him. But, we need it now. We need pitching now. So, there's a lot in the pipeline, but we need it now. And Kikuchi coming in is good. I hope he can continue to perform. I feel like he's done pretty good for the role he's been in. I also think Soriano is underappreciated because he has blown a lot of games. I mean, he'll just come in and fourth day. I don't know what it was about the fourth inning. I remember he had some weird statistics. And in his fourth inning, he had like 7 ERA and everything else was a 2. So just getting him past the fourth. But we've seen a lot out of him. So I think there's some potential there for sure. But yeah, most definitely. We need those aces. We haven't really had a true ace, like you said, since Weaver. So getting a true ace for this team.
Yeah, I mean that would be interesting. You have a question for him?
John, has fame, fortune, spotlight, has it changed you at all?
No, I mean I wouldn't say it's fame and fortune. I mean I haven't made a dime. I spent thousands of bucks this season. I haven't made anything. But it's been a blast making this community. I mean, getting to meet everybody in the Angels community. A lot of these people I saw at the 66ers game are here today.
Really?
We're here at the first Revolution. We're here at opening day. And, just getting to meet all these accounts in person. Because you hop on Instagram and see all the Angels accounts, and then you get to come and meet them. A lot of them you never even see their face. So getting to see that and just seeing how excited people are. I love seeing people excited for Angels baseball. Because, the whole reason we started it is because the stadium was just too quiet.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about the origin of the Halo Boys here. How did it all come about? How many of it were you at first? And then how has it expanded all this time?
Yeah, so I came up with the idea, I think it was 2 seasons ago, honestly. I sat on it for a while before we acted. And, I was like, we could dress up as Angels and try to get people to dress up as Angels together. And it was just me and I got 2 buddies to start. So the 3 of us, we were there opening day. We sat, we were third base side, and we moved around a little bit at first until we found our home in right field. And then after Erica interviewed us, that's when everything changed. Because shortly before that, we were on this podcast. That was when everything started changing. And then we met Kleshka. So we got exposed to a lot of people, and then they started putting us on the broadcast. And they're like, look, we got Angels out there. And then people were like, oh, I want to go do that. Then it's just really grown to where, today we're going to have hundreds of people out there. I can't believe it.
So your social media following, on Instagram, are you also on X and YouTube? And then how many followers have you gained since you have gone up?
So when we went into the podcast with you guys, I think we had 400 followers, and then a month later we were at 4,000 or something, and we gained a couple more since then. So it just kind of went from 0 to 1,000, and then to 2,000, and then to 4,000, and then after the Revolution, I believe we doubled in one night.
Oh yeah.
So that definitely did it. But it's honestly, we're just on Instagram, and I like being a facilitator. I personally, the whole social media side of things, I definitely think is important for what we're doing, and I love that we can get people together and gather it. But it's definitely very time consuming, to be honest. And I feel like I'm not even the best at making the content as we are going out there and being Angels. That's what we're here for. But I definitely like the community that you're able to build with social media. It's unbelievable. It's I cannot believe you've been able to do that.
Let me ask you real quick. What was your favorite moment from this season here? Being at a game or whatever the case was?
I gotta have a couple. I can't just say one. My favorite is obviously the Revolution, the first Revolution.
Our top 3.
Seeing everybody. I'll give you 3. The first Revolution was amazing. Unlike anything I could have ever expected in my life. It was an environment I've never seen at Angel Stadium.
How many people total were out there?
We don't know. I know there's 2,500 seats, and it looked completely full.
Yeah, I would say more.
So, and I don't know how many were dressed up as Angels, but it was definitely more than 300. And then just about everybody else was wearing white out there. And I expect we're going to have a similar thing going on tonight. But the other moment I'd have to say that was my favorite pure baseball play that I saw. I mean, I did see Neto's triple play on Otani. I just saw how crazy that was too. That was really nuts. Getting to see that in person was nuts. That wasn't even what I was thinking. That one was just cool. But we went to San Diego early on, and I was really bad at Instagram then, so I didn't even document it anyway. There's one picture of us that we took after the game that just said we were in San Diego, and we literally saw a 6-run ninth inning comeback with a Taylor Ward grand slam.
Oh, we were there.
It flew right over our head. We were sitting by the whatever the construction was. Yeah, exactly.
We were actually behind or to the side of that.
So you were over by us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're in the out,
Not even know.
like right next to the foul pole.
Yeah, so we were right over there with you guys. So we were in the left field corner, and then just having Taylor Ward's grand slam ball coming over, just the feeling of doing that on the road, dressed how we were and how it went was just incredible. And like I could not believe how much San Diego embraced us. Like they didn't hate us at all. They loved that we were there. And we were taking pictures with staff members at Petco. So like it was just so cool. Like that was one of the top moments of the season. I'll say those two. Those are my two favorites so far. And tonight will be my third.
Okay. Real quick, any ideas for next year? How to expand it? Possibly what you're doing? How many games you're gonna go to?
So the first revolution, the reason we were able to get it so big is all the Angels Instagram accounts like band together and started promoting it. Like people I'd never met or talked to started reposting it, and it's like, and it just got so many eyeballs. So I think that's definitely how we do it next season. I think the way we're planning it with a pre and post game is incredible. Like the fact we're sitting in Brewhiem doing a podcast right now, like this is unbelievable. We're gonna walk to the game in a few minutes here. Like I can't believe that. So definitely more of that.
I would like to see an opening day thing. If you get anything or you want to start something for opening day, we'll definitely be on par with you guys and trying to set that up because it would be nice to kick off a new season next year. And there's always that anticipation of what if and everything. So I mean, I think that would get a lot of people jazzed up for it.
I'm all for it. I was getting there. So two things we want to do early in the season is opening day, obviously. I kind of want to do a left field takeover. Okay. Go to the bullpen so we can gas the bullpen. Have all the players right there to be able to really hear because I never really sit by the bullpen, so the relievers don't get to see and hear what we do. So like I think sitting right behind them and just going crazy would be, that would be cool too.
I think you would take over that whole section of 260 and then probably the trout farm.
Yeah,
I think the trout farm would be great. I mean, they come out the tunnel, you can boo the crap out of the visiting guys, and also, like I said, gas up our guys. With this season being the way it is, and it's turned out the way it is, I know there's some positives to take out of it. You guys had a lot of good time. I'll tell you mine with you guys was the walk from the other brewery to the stadium to then see everybody that was already there, and how you had the camera crew. I mean, that was like one of those moments where I kept getting impressed the more and more it kept going on. And that's before we even got into the stadium. I was blown away by the reach that you guys had. And the fact that when you got him on the mic, everybody was just like, at the time we were winning, at the time there was hope and an opportunity for a wild card. And it just kept hitting me like, man, I hope these guys come through tonight. Not you guys. You guys did your job. But I'm talking about, like, I'm hoping the players come through because, man, if this team wins at all, dude, like you know what I mean? Like the excitement, the anticipation, you guys can make a huge difference because we've all seen playoff baseball with other teams, other sports. And when the fans are unified, that makes a huge difference. And you have, I got to admit, unified a fan base, which is usually split between honks and realists.
And we're somewhere in between. I mean? Like I'm definitely not a loyalist by any means. I don't work for the Angels in any way. I absolutely love working with them and doing whatever we can. This is pure grassroots. I watch the games. I have feelings too. I've watched 10 years of losing. So I definitely get mad sometimes and crash out.
The funny thing is when you did that post, right? When you were upset, and you had every right to be upset at that
I got so much hate.
Yeah, but that was the honks. Because the honks thought you were,
hey guys, Roger Launch here.
They thought you were that big. So when you did your whole like I'm frustrated venting session, that's a real fan. You have every right to boo, and I think that's what tears the Angels fan base in two because the Roger Lodge side is,
guys, grass is always greener. Don't worry about it. We're gonna win no matter what.
But you have to draw a line, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you can't be happy with losing forever. You know what I mean? And we see a lot of bad baseball. You know, with that being said, we've seen a lot of improvements this year, but we've also had a lot of legends come through here. You know, even with this losing streak going on, you got Ohtani, who's going to go down as a top 3 baseball player of all time, no matter what list. Who played a big part of his career here. So, but yeah, we're definitely in between that. You know, we're not all like you'll never hear us chanting sell the team, but like we understand.
Yeah,
That's where we stand on it. We're never gonna say it because I think it hurts what we're doing and we don't love it. But at the same time, how am I gonna sit here and be like, you guys are wrong? You know what I mean? We all watch the games.
Yeah, I mean, like obviously there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen in the off season with Artie and everything, but my thing is, I don't think he necessarily has to win back the fans and me and you. I think what he needs to do is he needs to let people handle that know baseball, run things, not meddle, and leave it alone. And just if they come to him and say, hey man, we want X amount of dollars for this guy, can we get him? And then if he says, well, is it going to make this team a winner? Yes, I write the check. I think that would endure him to the fans because I think there's been so many things that have happened where people are just never going to change their opinion. But obviously, if you can get this team back to at least relevancy, I mean, we wouldn't exactly turn down our sourness towards him, but we would forget a little bit. You know what I mean? Like overlook things.
We need to win.
Yes.
At the end of the day, that's what it's about, right? Like Dodgers fans, anytime we talk to them, they like to get all crazy on us. And at
No
the end of the
way.
day, every time. No, we were playing the Twins, and a Dodgers fan came up and just started saying "F the Angels" as we're going into the 9th inning, and Jansen's coming to pitch. I was like, "What are you doing, bro?" Like,
I thought they don't care about us. I thought there's no rivalry.
Of course. And then I was like, "Thank you for coming in and giving us all your money and getting your souvenir cup and everything. I hope you and your kids had fun. Sorry that Dodger Stadium's so expensive. You couldn't go to a game and you decided to come sit here with us and tell us how much you hate us." But I'm like, it's obviously so bad they're here. Like I think just going to the ballpark is such an enjoyable thing. And that's the one like really positive thing I will say with all the downsides of, how the team's performed for the last, decade obviously, is the accessibility of tickets. I remember paying $10 for tickets where we sit now, I don't know, 15 years ago, and we're still paying the same price. So I think, that's one positive is ticket price. But that's a reflection of, the fan base. Is because it's $10 because it's got to be $10 or no one's coming.
Yeah, and like I'll put it this way before I get back to James real quick. Back in the day, they had Pepsi had a thing where it's like you take the top off a Pepsi can, you get a free ticket, and you can sit in the upper deck. So you buy one ticket and you use the Pepsi can, and then you get a second one. But there's memories that you and I have, that all of us have, that as Angels fans, like we can go back and be like, yeah, I remember the first time I saw Vladimir Guerrero, or the first time Bartolo Colon, Big Sexy, pitched for us, or Troy Percival closed down a game, Tim Salmon's last game. We have all these, memories. Garrett Anderson's record-setting RBI night. There's, the no-hitter after Skaggs. And it's a community, I think, with the Angels fans where, like, certain organizations have, like, thousands of freaking memories, like the Dodgers and the Yankees and stuff like that. But us fans, like, because the team is so close, that's why it's never going to be Los Angeles, John. It's always going to be Anaheim. It's always going to be Riverside. It's always going to be Huntington Beach. It's always going to be San Bernardino. That's our team. That's not Los Angeles. And I think we all embrace that. We all know, like, Santa Ana, that's our boys. That's our team. And I think that the organization needs to do more of that. I think at some point get back to the Anaheim culture, the name. Because I've always said it, and I'll say it till the day I die, with the Angels, it's like it's not about the marketing, which Artie is a great marketer. It's about what's on the field. That's what creates the memories. I mean, I can say, hey, man, this bobblehead's really cool. I remember where I was at when I got that ball. No, you remember what happened that night where you were able to celebrate walking down the ramp after a walk-off. Like you care what's on the field. You don't care look, if the stadium was built of plywood, I don't think anyone would care. As long as we're winning and we're having a good time. And I think I can go without fireworks. I can go without rally monkeys. I can go without 13,000 Mike Trout bobbleheads. I just want to see a win, dude.
No, absolutely. And I want to get on that point you made about the teammate. That's something I'm unapologetic about. I think it's embarrassing that we're the Los Angeles Angels, and I will fearlessly say that over and over again.
Yeah.
This is not Los Angeles. Very few percentage of our fans are Los Angeles. You get a lot of IE fans, a lot of OC fans, and even some in San Diego who cross over from both. And we're not Los Angeles in any way. I think one of the things when we talk about nationally and we talk about our team, they're like, you guys are not Los Angeles. That's the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And with this Anaheim or California, either one's perfect. But Anaheim Angels is nice, alliteration. You know, I think it's great. AA.
Yeah.
We'll bring that back. Like I got the California Angels hat right now. I mean, you know, we gotta tap back into that. We're not Los Angeles in any way.
Last thing I'll say before James gets into it is just the Ducks made that statement. The Ducks were like, look, we're OC. And that's all there is to it.
And I wish you would come out and say that.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to ask you, do you have a favorite player on the team now, and did you have one back in the day?
Sure. So I will go with like my childhood favorite player, Vladimir Guerrero, for sure. I mean, like most people, you know, just watching him knock the crap out of the ball is incredible, day after day, and without fail, knocking home runs and just the way he hit the ball was just incredible. My current favorite player is, I guess, it's becoming a hot topic with how he's performed this year, but is Hoppy. I think he, and I said it last time I was on the podcast. I think his ceiling is so high if he can lock in, because he really is a talented hitter who can really, really hit fast pitches. Like he could go up against Ben Joyce and take him out of the ballpark. That's his bread and butter. Is a 99-mile-an-hour fastball above his head. He's going to smack it out of the ballpark. I've watched him do it time and time again. So, and definitely his defense was less than desirable this year. I mean, literally the worst defensive catcher in the league. I can't be ignorant to that. And, you know, batting in the low 200s. But then again, the whole team was batting in the low 200s. Like, it's just – we also need a hitter at least, you know, touching 300. I know there really aren't the 300 hitters anymore, but there are a lot of 275s, and we have not had a lot of 275s. Sean Well was hanging in there for a long time, but he was the only one. So batting average is important.
All right, is there anybody here you want to shout out that you know or you've seen you want to give a shout out?
I want to shout out everybody. I want to shout out Tumble Travels for always supporting us over there. Tumble Travels.
Shout out Tumble Travel, wherever you are. Hey,
Give him a follow on IG.
follow on IG.
Yes, thank you.
Everyone.
We appreciate your support. I want to shout out my girlfriend for putting up with all this crazy crap all year.
Shout out.
Yay, girlfriend!
I want to shout out Ethan Halos for being
All right.
I want to shout out Jared for being like the first dude who hopped on with us. He saw us like 3 games in, and he was like, "I love this. I want to come with you guys." He's been showing up.
He was a catcher at the softball game.
Shout out to you guys, obviously. Thanks for showing up and for organizing stuff, and love the podcast and you guys' dedication. And you know, I love the Halo honk. We love. Are you dressing up tonight? Are we gonna get to see it? Is it
No clown tonight.
no clown tonight? Okay,
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the clown. I'm not gonna lie. We had clown, Santa, and Angels. It's just kind of crazy looking at right field. I love that. I also want to give a shout out to the 66ers. They were really cool working with them. That was just incredible how we were able to put that together too.
They had a good season.
But shout out to Kleshka, obviously, who's been Kleshka's helped so much with organizing and growing stuff and promoting. So, you know, and obviously filming. And then shout out to, Brewhiem and everybody here. Like, look at everybody's here dressed as angels, wearing white, excited to get loud, and you know, it's awesome to see. And I'm just very grateful, and thank you guys for having me on the podcast so early, and for hopping in and loving what we're doing. And I kind of like what you said, being in the middle between the Halo Hawks and the Furious. Like that's what we need as Angels fans. We are divided like that. There's those old heads who are like, it's never going to get better, just it's fine.
Yeah.
And then the people who are like, it needs to get better, it's not fine. So.
Well, that's what we wanted to do, John. Was we wanted to get a group of that could get people together. We tried with other podcasts to get the Angels together to say, hey man, enough's enough. We want to win. Like we care about what's on the field, not in the stands. So we know, like, if it's the old adage, field of dreams. If you build it, they will come. This team would sell out $3 million every year with a good to awesome product. So we're hoping that the Angels can get back to that kind of play, because right now, there's a lot of you can take some positives out and say, hey, Taylor Ward had a good year, but he's batting .237. He struck out like almost 200 times. Adele, though, did really better in the outfield. He's got some home runs, got the RBIs up there, making more contact, but he does strike out too. We led there's like a lot of, like, it seems like there's just too many negatives right now. Like, when you look at it, you're like, man, we need to go around our we'll talk about it later. We got to build around our speed. but there's a lot to be desired off the field. But I think as fans, though, I think this is the first year, John, thanks to you guys and everybody else around, that has brought in this like sense of community. Where in years past, bro, I don't know if you remember when AMA 30 first started. I thought that was the first time where they had brought the community together because we finally had our own radio station. We finally had our own, cable station. It was all Angels all the time. And somewhere they lost that to where they stayed like we were a 105 win team when we were a 70 win team. They didn't bring down the temperature. They didn't like meet us halfway, and then it caused the division, bro. Because I personally get upset when everyone's always grass is always greener, and they can't call it out for what it is. And I'm okay with that, like I'm not tearing down the player. I'm just like, hey, we got this guy's got to go. We got to improve here and there. You can't even let us say that. Like I called Amy 30 the other day, and they hung up on me. So I mean, it's like you can't speak your mind. And so like with podcasts, you can. You can get it out there. You can get your message across. And I think what you're doing too, like you said earlier, like you said, the fans want this. They want a sense of being. They want a sense of community and togetherness. And I think your movement's where it's at.
I appreciate that so much. Again, it's all energy for us and loud. We're the most obnoxious people in the stadium, like hands down. Like
how it should be.
Don't get it twisted. We're saying the craziest stuff. We're the loudest. We heckle like crazy. And the people, you can't heckle. I don't care. I'm gonna heckle like crazy. I just don't swear. That's the one thing they don't allow in the stadium. So you'll never hear us swear. But we'll say, we'll get loud. We'll get back to this, but just don't swear.
My thing is like as a fan, I mean, you're able to boo, and you're able to like talk trash on the player. You just never go personal, and you never curse. That's all it is to it. As long as you don't go through those two things, hey, you're good, man.
Yeah, and I mean, I do love how chill, just going to Angel Stadium is, because you go to some different stadiums and like get in there, you feel like you're getting herded in like cattle, and they're like like essentially strip search you is how they get you in security. As soon as Angel Stadium, they're like, come on in, guys, welcome. So I do like that. I like that they let you bring food. So but just going to the games and bringing the community together, and again, community is the best word for it. Like I can't believe we got this going on right now, and we're gonna have a post game here.
Oh yeah,
just how many people are pulling up.
Probably a drunk post game, but we'll see.
It'll be good.
Real quick, if I could, if anybody wants to be a part of the raffle. We have a signed Mark McGuire baseball. We have a signed Taylor Ward baseball. We have these bobbleheads and a couple shirts, plus this little old school uni here they gave away last year. So if anyone wants to be part of the raffle, they want $1, $2, or to go on a charity, or we'll go $2. We'll go $2. You can get into the raffle. Someone's gonna win all this crap at one point. So we got enough tickets right here. Just depends on what you want to do. It's $2 for everything, so it's not, we're not going to discriminate towards you could win the autograph balls too, so those are super legit. So if you guys want to post up and be a part of the raffle, I mean, the more the merrier. I guess hit it over to James right here, and then we'll go from there. Other than that, we got a game to talk about tonight. What do you think about the Astros and the Angels being able to knock them off tonight?
I think that we have to do it. This is a must-win game in my books. We cannot be 0-2 in a revolution. That's the way I look at it. Again, it comes back to winning, right? So if we get a bunch of us out there getting rowdy, getting loud, and this game is important. The Astros are not going to be playing around tonight. This is their life on the line.
Oh yeah.
If they lose this game, their season's done. So they're not going to be messing around. So we need to not be messing around either. So
Yeah.
I hope we creep. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little nervous about Caden pitching tonight. Definitely very nervous about that. But tonight's the perfect opportunity for him to redeem himself because he hasn't had a good start yet. So I think this could be it.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask you this real quick. Your thoughts on who we're going to have to manage next year? Is it because they won't say whether or not they parted ways with Ron Washington, although he had a quadruple bypass. They're not saying, they said that Albert Pujols has expressed interest. Torrey Hunter's obviously been in the dugout. He said he's a lifer, expressed interest. Ray Montgomery, I don't think anybody wants him back. But who would you be cool with as far as the next manager for the Angels?
I mean, I would love Pujols there. I mean, you know, I know a lot of fans look at Pujols' time and say, you know, he didn't play as good as he did for the Cardinals.
Well, we got Astros fans
We're
here.
already booing. See, it's gonna be nasty in there, man. I can't wait. It's gonna be so much fun.
Did they bring their trash cans?
Yeah, I don't have a.
I don't know if they did or not.
No, but they got their buzzers on. They're ready.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be more.
Sorry, what did you just say? I'm trying to.
Oh, no, that's
back to the
okay.
question.
Well, as far as like who you want to manage, and
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
No, I think Pujols would be great. You know, I think Tori. I think having former players is important. You know, I think Washington really did good at the beginning of the year, and I think it reflected in our record. That's why we were both hanging in for so long. The guys really wanted to rally against him. They seemed to listen to him. My only complaint I had with him is he never argued with an umpire ever. So like even if it's the most atrocious call, he would stand in the dugout. Like he wasn't even chirping. But I feel like he did good, but obviously his health has declined. He said he would do it, but I doubt he'll go with it.
True.
I hear someone smacking the trash.
Yeah, he's smacking his I will say this too. Like, what do you think? Like, because for me, I like old school baseball. I like when you would stick up for somebody. We've had a lot of our guys hit this year. Neto's been hit several times, and the Angels don't fire back at all. They don't throw pitches.
Yeah, I think that's traditional baseball. You throw it right back at their head. You know, whoever their star player is. So like, we get hit tonight on Tuesday comes up, you beat them. I think that's baseball.
You plug him in the
That's it.
shoulder.
Some people don't like that. They say that that's you're trying to hurt people. That you're getting paid how many millions of dollars to get up there. It isn't even a thing. You know, it's a team sport. You know, if your teammates get attacked, you attack back. I remember when Neto they cleared the benches. What was the team they were against?
Schoolboy.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yes. How they cleared I like seeing that. We need that. It's the fire. You know, we need the team excited because like sometimes you watch a game and it seems like no one cares. You know, it's like we gotta care.
Well, I was disappointed that year when Rendon did the whole famous, with the wrist, the punch on Wanker. But if you remember the pitcher that was asked to throw at Wanker, he apologized. You don't do that, bro. That's unwritten rule. It's like you threw at him for a reason. They asked you to do it. If you don't want to do it, don't come in the game. You don't say, hey, bro, don't put me in there to do that. You know, like
You just say it was unintentional.
yeah, or it'd be like, be sarcastic at least, bro. I mean, he literally apologized not to get punched. And I played minor league baseball. I played, high school, semi-pro, the whole thing. And that would never have flown. Never, bro. And so it just amazes me. Like I think we need to get that heart and edge back. Whoever comes in here to manage, I think we need that old school.
Ron,
R-O-N.
Because if you bring that to the game, the players are gonna be like, "Hey, I'm sticking up for him." I didn't like the way that guy was cleated at second base. I'm gonna throw at him. Like that's my guy. Like there's no. Just don't think that there's that sense of like just an actual team. And I know we have guys that are good and everything, and guys that like each other. We just don't. I don't think we have that cohesiveness that we need.
I think we saw it when we played the Yankees and when we played the Dodgers. That was when you saw the team had each other's back. You saw the communication. You saw the energy they brought. And for whatever reason, and that was one of the biggest takeaways from this season is we played terrible against the bad teams in the league.
Yeah.
We did great against the teams we were supposed to lose to. I mean, 6-0 against the Dodgers. I think we went 4-3 against the Yankees, which shouldn't have happened.
Yep.
So, and it's like in every single one of those games was close and well fought. So it was like when it felt like it mattered, the guys came through. And like you need that when you're playing the Orioles too. We won 1-5 against the Orioles. That one I think maybe the most mad. The Orioles had a terrible season.
You can catch that, bro.
Cash App, yeah.
Hey, bro. Hey, Rendon, you gotta hit him up on the. Yeah. Sorry. No, but yeah, I mean, they lose to some teams that Chicago White Sox, Colorado Rockies. I mean, you gotta.
Opening game was brutal.
Oh.
Against the White Sox, it was a brutal game to listen to.
Bro, we were watching it over at the
8-1.
Angels Stadium. Were you there at the stadium?
No, I wasn't. I was actually working that day. I had it on the radio.
So we were at the stadium, and they're bringing the free food and everything, and then you get Roger up there and former players talking, and Roger's like,
Revive in 25. That's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to revive this team. We're not going to be as bad as we were last year.
and then he starts out, I'm like, oh shit, we're losing to the White Sox.
Yeah, and then our only run was Logan O'Hoppe in the ninth.
Yeah.
So it was almost a shutout, 8-0.
And speaking of O'Hoppe, you brought him up earlier. He's currently just having a terrible second half.
Yeah.
Can he get it going next year? And what do you think is wrong with his swing? Is it he's swinging power too much, or what's going on?
I don't know. I really don't know, because he kind of did the same thing last season, where he started off really hot, and then towards the end of the season he wasn't playing anywhere near as good. So I don't know what Ohapi needs. He's obviously in immaculate shape. He trains very hard every day. You can see it. He wants to play. He's got high baseball IQ, but you watch him drop a pop up behind home plate. See that happen 4 or 5 times. Have one of the worst throw out percentages in baseball. Like, that's your job back there behind. So, but I also think the Darno split really hurt Ohapi, because he wasn't getting nearly enough at bats. And I'd people be like, "Oh no, I didn't come out and say that." I got a lot of pushback. He's like, "No, you got to split it. He's learning from Darno," and I'm like, "No, he feels like he's playing for the job." And then you got a lot of pitchers that would have Darno every. Like Kikuchi had Darno every single start.
So the Hendricks. So
you're
talking 3 out of
40%.
Yeah,
right there.
And he's a guy who needs to play. I think we were talking with James earlier that if Ohapi, if we didn't have Trout not being able to play outfield, Ohapi would be a great candidate to be the DH, or vice versa. Go back and forth if he's not cashing. And a guy like him needs to be in rhythm, and I think he's swinging too much for the fences. He's got great contact. And I just wish. Let me see if you agree with this. This is my take, and I say, like, for guys who swing for the fences, I think it should be Taylor Ward, Adele, and Trout.
Yeah.
Everybody else should be contacted if a home run comes. Good. If not, they go for hits. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I think the team just needs to go for contact, period. I mean, you see Ward will sometimes play small ball. He'll try to get a double instead of that home run whenever he sees a gap.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think Ward's one of the best players we have. I think he goes through incredibly bad stretches, and then he comes on, and then he wins Player of the Month, Player of the Week. And then you'll see him hit 9 home runs in 5 games, and it's like, and you see, you'll see that all throughout the season. But I think, we need a lot more contact. I think the biggest, we could say the biggest, but I think one of the biggest things was our base running was abysmal.
Oh yeah,
abysmal base running this year. Last year we kind of felt like a threat on the base pass. We were getting thrown out a lot, but at least we were stealing. This year I haven't seen any steals, and when I have, I watch Adele get thrown out, Rengifo get thrown out, Neto get thrown out. I love Neto on the base pass because he does get thrown out a lot, but he also will stretch bases and win games off it all the time. We need more of that. You need to be aggressive.
And I've said it before, like, the only guys that lack speed on this team is Taylor Ward. You got Ohapi slow. No, not Ohapi. Shaunavel slow. And who's the other hitter? I was saying we only have like 3 or 4 guys that are literally like, you don't want them stretching it out, right? Like, if they're at first base and they're coming around, there's a double, maybe a hold at third.
I think we all get scared when Trout does anything though.
Yeah. I mean,
he can run. He definitely can run. But like, I remember when he came back.
Keep your mittens on.
He came back from his injury, and he was like on a no slide rule. So we watched him run home. 100% you should slide dive. They just didn't want him to get hurt, so he got tagged out at home because he wasn't sliding, and I thought that was bizarre, But like,
I just feel that this team could be so much more offensively because they have that mentality just swinging for the fences. And you're looking at a record-setting year of strikeouts.
Yep.
And a batting average right now with runners in scoring position at 220. That's worse than the Rockies, bro.
Yep. And strikeouts too worse than the Rockies.
Yeah. So you're absolutely right. And so if you look at if this team were to be in contact and score 4 or 5 runs, so you brought up Kikuchi. How usually he gets out to like giving up 2-3 runs early, settles in, they maybe give up a run in the bullpen, but that's fine. If you're only allowing a run, you should be able to win those games.
That's your job as a starter, just to hold the fort down.
How many games have you been to or seen this year, John, where the team is given about 5 or 6 innings of zeros by the bullpen or the starting pitcher, and the Eagles can't scratch across even the hit?
I would just kind of scratch my head watching Kikuchi pitch. I just felt so bad because I'm like, he's throwing gems out here, allowing 1 run. Like, if you go 7 innings and allow 2 runs, that's a gem. That's a quality start. That's all you can ask for. And he was doing that every game and walking away with the loss.
Yeah. And I know every pitcher can't go 6 innings, but how many times have we seen quality start after quality start, and more often times than not, that pitcher gets no decision at least? but most of the time a loss.
We've had a lot of shutouts too, so it's a lot of no runs,
Yeah,
one run, 2 runs, and then the whole team just gets cold and comes back to like you need the cohesiveness of the team, and then you feel like no one wants to be there and everybody hates it. And you just got everybody going up. Because I can't tell you how many times I listen to on AMA 30 more than anything. So hearing Mark and Terry just sound depressed. They're like, and the Angels have struck out for the 9th straight batter. Like sometimes it's like we're setting records with how many strikeouts we're getting in a row.
Yeah.
But then we'll also come back the next series, next game, whatever, and then it's a 5 home run game. We win. But we also, I believe, our most runs this season is 12. We might have, maybe it was 13 recently that we passed it or we tied it at 12.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Well, that wasn't this year though. That was last season. Yeah, that was last year. That was last year. So like I'm saying, but we haven't had any blowout games like that. The Rays we had earlier in the season when we scored 12 was like the longest we had until like we either tied it or we just won a 5-1 in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, look, I don't know if you're the same, but I brought it up on the post game before. When you're playing a team, like, say, for instance, or you're in the stands, and it's fine to hit like a solo blast and, fireworks go off, the flames go off, and everyone get, claps or whatever the guy around the base. But don't you get more excited when there's like 2 men on and someone hits a gapper, and then the guy from second's going to score? So you're like, all right, we got that run. But then the guy behind him, is he going to make it? And you start looking to the outfield. Where's the cutoff throw? Is it getting to the third baseman or the shortstop? Does he have enough time to make it around third? I mean, is that not the most exciting play?
So their walk-off was one of the most exciting, besides the Taylor Ward incident. There were 2 runners on, and then I believe the winning run scored from first.
Yes.
And it was just a double. So it was really stretching the run. And then being in left field, watching the fielder right in front of me bobble the ball and the game end on that. I stood on top of my chair for like 10 minutes. They had to kick us out. Yeah. I was like, that was the coolest feeling. Yeah. There's nothing like a walk-off like that or just, a comeback like that.
Absolutely. When you think you're dead in the water or there's just like, I've been to countless games over the years when the Angels come through, and it just seems like that's why I think your movement's awesome, because it's kind of bringing back that magic where the Rally Monkey is last. Because the Rally Monkey, I don't know if you know, but it's still owned by Disney. So it's not being used.
I didn't know that.
They pay a certain amount every time they use it. So there's a lot of times you go to a game, you're like, wait, we're down 2 runs in the 7th.
I have wondered that before. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
They still own the rally monkey.
Last Revolution, we didn't have a rally monkey, which I was surprised, but I think everyone was surprised.
We needed one, right?
And people think we're taking over the rally monkey. I like the rally monkey, for the record. I think it's a cool tradition. I think we should keep it going. I don't think us being there is exclusive.
That costs money, though.
Yeah, we're free.
Yeah, you guys actually pay the team to be there.
This is true.
Yes, a lot. But see, that's the thing, though. Like if you look at the rally monkeys aren't sold in the team stores, and the way the marketing is too. I mean, if you don't have the rally monkeys there, think about this too. Your best player, Adele, you can't find his jersey in the team store.
Last time I went to the team store, I haven't been this year because I get kind of sad. I'm gonna be honest. But last time I was in there, we had 2 jerseys for sale. One was Trout. You want to guess what the other one was?
Not Otani, was it?
Rendon. The team store last year had Trout and Rendon, and those were the only 2 jerseys you could buy. They said, we'll make any name for you. And I'm like, that's not how it is at any other team. You go to the Rockies team store, they're going to have 5 or 6 of their players available.
They're going to have Todd Helton. Maybe.
Right, yeah, they're going to have the classics. We could have a Guerrero jersey sitting there. That would be cool.
I've seen a couple, like maybe Rod Carews and Nolan Ryan, but I don't see, like, you don't have Vladimir, who's your only Hall of Famer. You don't have Tim Salmon in there. You don't have Garrett Anderson. You don't have Troy Gloss. You don't have Gary Armstead. To me, I'd be selling all the oldies but goodies, man. I'd be like, hey man, look at our pinstripe jerseys. Our periwinkles. Aren't those cool? Like we don't wear those because it's Disney. So we don't have that as a throwback. We have the 80s, 90s stuff like that, but still, like it's always the same old, which is Mike Trout. Everything's Mike Trout. It's like, dude, we have other players.
All of our cups are Mike Trout.
Taylor Ward's our leading home run hitter.
If you've gotten a souvenir cup in the last 5 years, it's been Mike Trout. Yeah. That's it. I don't think I have one that isn't. And I love Trout. Don't get me wrong. He is our, he's the leader of our team, undoubtedly. But, some merch that isn't Trout would be cool. We got Neto's huge. Now Neto is our next Trout from the way, from at least the fan base standpoint, everybody's getting behind him. And
let me ask
that guy.
Let me ask you this then, straight up.
All right,
we don't. I would like to introduce the C to our team, the captain. over the heart. Who gets the captain for the Angels right now?
Oh, yes. I'm all the tickets.
Come on, who gets El Capitan?
I mean, I think it still has to be Trout.
Think so?
I think it still has to be Trout.
Okay.
Like, I'd say the only other one I'd say maybe would be Ward, because Ward has repeatedly come back, but nobody else has been with the team, long enough or dominant enough. So, like, I think, there's some other people that definitely could, but, like, being with the team for a while, I feel like it's important if you're the captain. And, Trout's been that guy. So, like, I wouldn't put one of the 22-year-old, 23-year-olds as the captain, They're playing great, but I don't think Neto's ready to be captain. I think in 5 years he will, but I think you put him as captain. His pregame routine is he doesn't chug. He shotguns the Red Bull before every game.
Really?
I think that's awesome. I wish we could get him one of these post games and just, like, drink with him. I know he's crazy like that, and I love that about him, but he's a bro, you know what I mean? But bro should be captain, give him some time.
I don't know, man. I'm leaning towards Neto. I get your point on that. Okay, you may be a little early, but I could definitely see him taking that seed though.
I see him getting there,
especially if he gets that extension. Like for sure, I think Neto's got to be El Capitan because he has that dog in him, dude. Like he has that guy. Like he's the type of player that I know if I got punked and I'm on the Angels, Neto's got my back. He's going to be throwing a punch.
No, and I think he's getting there. I absolutely think he's getting there. But I think leadership comes with time.
Okay.
I think give him time, and then I think it's him. Again, Trout's been that guy for a long time now. He hasn't been as much of that guy this year, but in the last few weeks, he's come back. He's at least hitting bombs again. He's looking good. He's not watching strike three as much. That was difficult to see when he came back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, I'm gonna start getting everybody ready. We're gonna get going here.
Okay, hit them up real quick and let them know that it's gonna be last call for the raffle. If they want to put in, right now we're gonna start raffling off the stuff.
Then I'll
let everybody know. Let's do it.
Yeah. So tell them to get in so they can get the tickets. Okay. Thank you, John.
Thank you again for having us. Thank you for coming here and doing this, and we'll see you guys in the station.
Absolutely. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
That's my tag.
Yeah, I think you let them know for us, John.
How many?
All right, so we're going to catch up on some of the comments here. Thank you, Demetrio, for the comments, the contribution. And let's see, we're here live at the Brewhiem. If you guys want to come down, we're going to start walking over to the stadium here in a little bit. And then we're going to do a raffle here. And then, we got the. Oh, yeah. For sure. When he gets back on the mic, I'll do it real quick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me get that done.
But the Angels tonight have an opportunity to knock off the Houston Astros, which is going to be very nice. If we can stick it to them finally for all the heartache they've caused us. And we kind of end our season on a good note. But as far as the Angels, they have a lot of concerns this year. Obviously, you have the hitting opportunities, where they have to get the batting averages up. They have to cut down on strikeouts for next year. Obviously, free agents. It's going to be slim pickings this year in the free agent class. So the Angels have got to do their best to get these players that they can to help bolster the roster because the roster need to get better if we're going to contend next year. And obviously, you have a looming strike in 27, so you're going to want to do a lot better before that happens. You know what's going to happen with the Artie audits. You got that as well coming up. The Skaggs case could be dealt out here pretty soon. So we'll know a lot here coming up. It's going to be an interesting offseason for your Angels. And for right now, the hopium's high that we could finish here strong. And hopefully hold on to some of these players and have a good opportunity to contend next year. Because obviously that's the goal, is to contend. Losing 90 games is not good. It's not fun. 99 was last year. I know we had an improvement. We wanted to finish a lot stronger in August and in September. But for whatever reason, it just hasn't worked out. So, James, if you want to get on here real quick, I can autograph this gentleman's helmet real quick. Yeah, there you go.
All right, we're about to do the raffle maybe in a minute or so.
Hey, they deleted his
Anybody
account.
wants to get,
Who's? The Halo Boys. It's deleted.
Oh, shit.
Wait, what?
Look.
Did he get hacked or something?
No, they just took it down.
I gotta put my
Damn.
Yeah. All right, these will be your phone.
All right, for those who want to get the raffle going, we'll get it going here pretty soon. We're waiting for one more entry.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Shout out to the Halo Boys. Hopefully Instagram is okay.
I don't know if he still needs it. Do you?
No, that'll be the last one.
Yeah, thank you. We'll do the raffle in a minute. Huh? Thank you.
You wanna
Oh, you want me to do the raffle?
you wanna take it out and then I'll hold up every.
Yeah, if you want to talk about get on the camera real quick too. There you go.
Well, we're going here at Brewhiem. We got one more raffle going, and then we'll start the call-offs here. And for each item, too, we have some great items here. Angels and Astros again going on tonight. Damien says, Angel fans, if there's OG's Pizza, we work. Connor, right?
Huh?
Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember everybody's name here. It's great meeting all the Halo boys and all the people here. Again, our last second raffles. Thank you, Halo Joe. I've never seen that before, but I'll take your word for it. EQ is in the building. Shout out.
How's it going? The raffle?
Oh.
Is it with John?
Yeah. How many would you like? How many would you like? It's
How much-
$2.
Todd, we got one more.
All right.
I'll do 3.
Thank you.
3 tickets.
All right. I
Kind of stuck. Then I got water damage.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I need you to pick.
You have a cash app? Or, oh,
We
you
got
have
one.
cash. Straight up cash.
Oh.
Straight cash.
This is gonna be really good at me.
Someone's gonna get some stuff. Cincinnati.
What's
needs
your
to
name?
win.
Yeah.
Daniel.
Daniel. Hey, can you get him real? Oh, I need a pin. You got a pin? Anybody got a pin?
You got a
Benjamin?
I mean, the numbers are on there though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but they're.
These are off. That's why. The dude over there had a. What's your name? Oh, Daniel. That's right.
You're still on right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Taking it off. Okay, here you go. We'll call.
It's still live.
Oh.
All right.
You know.
Here's the clock.
So if anyone's coming out here, we're still here at the Brewhiem till 6 o'clock. So we still got an hour, but I know the Halo boys are going to be heading over to the stadium. You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Here you go, bro. I'll shake it. You close your eyes.
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. The first one. This is for the we'll go with the Ben Joyce bobblehead.
Ryan.
Ryan, who's Ryan?
Ryan.
Ryan! You won the bobblehead of
Ben Joyce.
Sweet.
All right, we got another Ben Joyce bobblehead real quick. Let's see who gets that.
Ben Joyce. Oh, no. I forgot about
I
that.
can't even read that.
Let me see that.
Miguel.
Miguel is the winner of a bobblehead from
Ben Joyce.
Ben Joyce.
Yeah, I'll take the ticket.
Miguel. Are you here?
Yeah, where's Miguel?
Miguel, if you're swell, you won the bobblehead.
Miguel!
Miguel.
We'll hold it for him right now.
We will hold Miguel's bobblehead.
All right, let's
I
go.
know.
Let's go with
do
the
that.
Let's go with the tank top here, the road tank top.
Road tank top.
Our beautiful veterans.
Throwback.
Miguel again.
Miguel, if you're a winner, you won twice here.
Winner, chicken dinner.
We got your year.
Now we're gonna go with a Mike Trout rookie bobblehead. Let's see who gets this sucker.
Miguel again.
Yeah,
The throwback Mike Trout bobblehead.
throwback.
Connor.
All right, you got
The
the
throwback
bobblehead.
Mike Trout bobblehead.
There you go.
Thank you for participating.
All right, now the next one is the Logan O'Hoppy.
Logan the Hobby bobblehead.
Let's see who gets the Logan O'Hoppy bobblehead.
Miguel again. So just pull another one.
Miguel!
Do another one.
Let's pull another one.
You're a winner. Thank you.
Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan. What's
Where's
he
Ryan?
doing? Ryan.
You got the there it is. Logan O'Hoppy.
So I got pizza.
No, Logan O'Hoppy.
Well, not
Two bobbleheads.
There you go.
There you go, Ryan.
They got you maxed out on
With
two.
the anals hat, by the way.
Hey.
I love that.
Collector's edition right there.
All right, so then you got the Stein right there, the Angels
Stuart
Stein.
Stein.
Farmer John, that's an old school one right here. Let's see who gets that one.
Oktoberfest. Coming up. Oh, Connor.
There you go.
Has one.
There you go, Stein.
The Stein.
You're maxed out there, brother.
I traded in though.
I don't know. It depends on who wins those.
If it's Miguel again.
So we'll go to the Mark McGuire autographed baseball.
You won't believe it.
Me?
Connor.
Connor.
I'll trade it.
So you're
All right,
okay?
great. All right, so let's see who gets the Stein then.
The Stein and the Taylor Ward.
Yeah.
Oh, still here.
Ron.
Ron.
You get the Stein, sir.
The Stein right there.
All
I
right.
think that was mine.
And then here's a Taylor Ward baseball.
Taylor Ward ball signed here.
Connor.
No, you can't go three.
No,
can't go three in a row.
Can't go
Yeah,
three.
right.
Take all the Connors. Oh, there you go. And your Sharpie too.
Nor.
Connor.
Connor.
Yes.
I had to write him. I
How
had
many-
to
how many-
Look at him.
I was like, who's
You got a lot.
Damn, man.
Thank you, Connor.
Who gets that one?
Let me see.
LED.
Oh, right here.
That's you? You get, yeah, Taylor
What's your
Ward.
name again, dude? My bad.
Oh, that's fucking
What's your
awesome.
name again?
I'm Jared.
Jared.
Yeah, I never wrote my
Jared.
name on the ticket.
You did what?
I never wrote my name on the ticket.
Oh,
So I'm the one that without the name on the ticket.
there you go.
man.
Congratulations.
What are we gonna do with
Miguel,
if you're here?
yeah. Is Miguel here?
Going once, going
Hey,
twice.
is there Miguel here?
Miguel.
Is he? Yeah, he wants to.
Miguel, you got 2 prizes here.
All right, thank you, man. This is I've never got to the World Cup before.
There you
Yeah,
go.
right? These are yours.
Oh wow.
How about you?
This is your.
What size shirt are you, bro?
You could have rigged it for me.
Huh?
You could have rigged it for me, man.
Rick,
Yeah.
what size shirt are you guys?
Extra large.
Extra large? What are you? Extra large?
I'm a large.
Large? I'll tell you what. I'll hook you guys up with a shirt. Hold on.
Got shirts coming. Yeah, we'll hold it down here. Oh, thank you very Ron. Yes, Ron. You guys seen you before over here at the ball games and everything.
Oh yeah, large. I've
Oh, sure.
You're large. I'm extra large. Thank you.
Let's update really quick the score.
I've been at every game since July.
Oh, real?
It sounds like misery, but yeah.
There you go.
Well, there's no.
Awesome.
I don't see a score, but you got Milwaukee and Cincinnati playing right now.
No, for my son, large.
Yeah, you got one more large in there?
Of course.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Halo Boys.
Shout out to the Halo boys for coming out. Everyone's here.
Everyone out there, if you're going to the game, be sure to see them in the right field, I want to say.
Eric
Be
Ward,
out there.
Eric Ward says there's a season start tonight. I believe it does.
2028.
We're going to erase everything and just go with the season starting tonight. Hold on, let me see. If I can pull that up right there.
Sir, your son tells me you have your card.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Awesome.
Well, it's been a pretty good
Awesome.
start to the
Thank you.
season. We still got an hour to go. Is Rob still on his way?
Thank you.
Yeah, not hit me up. I'll hit them up right now.
Yeah, because I think they're on their way over right now.
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Thank you guys. Have a Halo Boys.
Yeah, they're on their way over to the game right now.
Oh, to the
Yeah,
game.
have a good one, guys.
All right.
All right, so with that being said, everybody, as we're going to get back online, we'll probably start to read some comments. Probably read them off your phone would be easier than scrolling on here. Better you sticking around, you going to walk over?
I'll stick around here.
Better.
Yeah.
EQ's in the house.
EQ.
I need I need a drink like crazy.
Yeah, can you bring me a slice of
Hey,
pizza?
I owe you actually. Let me give you my card, yeah? Cool.
No, I
No, it's over here. If anybody wants it. Save
All
me.
right, I'll try right now, dude. So yeah, they have good pizza over here. Huh?
What do you want?
Shit.
The strawberry.
I'll take that kiwi one,
The
man.
kiwi strawberry.
That's 8%. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Bomb.
Thank you, thank you.
What's your name, Diana again?
Diana.
That's right.
Yeah,
Nice to meet
she
you.
released
Feel
a
like I
video
just
tonight
saw you.
later.
Oh,
So,
she will?
yeah,
Okay,
it should be
yeah. I was
here.
looking for her.
Oh, okay. But yeah, great game tonight. Look,
Oh,
thank you.
okay, yeah.
Looking forward to the Angels winning here tonight against the Houston Astros. Obviously, a lot of fun here tonight with the Halo boys and their crew coming through.
Boy.
I know there's a few more people on their way. But, it's kind of bittersweet, James, because, obviously we talked about this team ad nauseum all season this year. And it's been mostly, bad stuff. Obviously, scoot back in here real quick. James, it's been a rough season. Last year was rougher than this.
Oh yeah, 99 losses. Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously, for every time, I was trying to tell John, every time you get excited about something, you say, okay, the team's turned the corner. You look at the bad. You look at this, multiple strikeouts. You look at the pitchers not being able to go deep in games, then blowing through the bullpen. There's a little bit of everything that has been just soured us as we move forward. Can things change? Are we getting too optimistic about the upcoming court stuff? Are we getting too optimistic about the free agents? You tell me, bro, because you've always been that guy that always
Negative Nancy.
No. You bring the temperature down when everyone gets too high.
Oh yeah.
Is my temperature too high right now? Am I a little too? Am I too excited here, bro? Give me the real.
I've tempered my expectations down probably since 2017, 2018, honestly, when Pujols did not come through. It's nobody. So yeah, whenever that was going on, and then they just tried to bandage it all up and get all these rental players all these years. It just it felt like they're doing the same things over and over. And it starts from the top.
Yeah.
Without the top, with the new top boss, I think things will be better. But until Artie is gone, it's just the same things over and over again. Shout out to you, throwback jersey. Yeah, it's just the same things over and over again. This team, okay, what I wanted to talk about, actually, about this year, right? Remember I joked about this with you in San Diego. You had the video about the team doing well. I'm liking what I'm seeing. They got some dog in them. And I think that's the first time I took that temperature down. And I was like, it's only, 2 or 3 weeks in, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And then they started having roller coaster season, whatever the case was. It just continues to be the same thing over and over again. And they can't get out of their own way, it feels like. So I really have no expectations for next year, following year. The farm system is basically the same. There hasn't been, a good jolt in there. The first round draft pick Brenner, we don't know about him. I think I was the only one on this channel, I want to say, that liked that pick.
Yeah.
I think I was the only one. And just because I don't know anything, but I've seen him, in the regionals, quarterfinals of the College World Series, and I thought, okay, he's already a starter. Maybe you can rely on quicker than the other ones if they're coming from high school or wherever the case was. So I just thought I'll face off that. But again, there's really nothing you can say that'll get me hyped up for the season next year.
Okay.
I'm tough to please though, just because we were spoiled with, their 2000s and how they won.
Yeah.
And I'm just joshing for that. I'm wanting that back. But the same practices aren't being practiced.
Yeah, it's so hard because I think a lot of times, a lot of people I talk to, including, thinking about it back then myself, was the fact that, we were so just conditioned to have a team compete every year and be in the postseason or be talked about as a postseason team. And when they started to get any kind of pushback and the team wasn't playing good at all, then you started to say, hey, man, what's going to happen with this team moving forward? Is the Angels going to you start to get on social? I think it's one of those things where we felt like, oh, this is always going to be good. We could just plug in, replace. It's okay. We can move on. We can get another manager. We'll continue the tradition. But that tradition hasn't continued, no matter who they've brought in. And it seems that they've gotten cheaper and cheaper all around as a team. So you look at it and you're like, damn, I wish this team would be in a better spot, but it's just not there yet. We're just still spinning our wheels, and it's hard to see, the team where it's at right now.
Yeah,
See
definitely.
some art?
If I could maybe run through some of the notable team moments of this year and then our moments.
Yeah, then we'll get Rob in here. He just showed up with his son.
Shout out to Rob and his son.
Dude, we had like 60 Halo boys here. Yeah, they just all
Okay, they haven't left yet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
All right, so again, the roller coaster season. They had an August fallout leading to a last place finish, and again, I was the one that said the A's would be better. I just had a feeling like, okay, nothing's really changed. And I think, Rob, we talked about in group chat how I was basically the only one level-headed, wasn't seeing what everybody else was seeing. It's really unfortunate the way that it is, but it is the way it is. But a 10th straight losing season, the playoffs, it just seems to be a theme like every year. Thank you, man. EQ coming up. Got my card.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
The one thing I noticed this year, it was Todd's law of winning, right? Four runs or more won the game.
Yeah.
Elaborate on that really quick, because I remember that was, your post-game show. That was some of your banter or something you've noticed.
Angels stayed within 17 to 20 games all year or more when they scored 4 or more in a game. And they just seemed to just have that. That was the winning recipe, was hold your team under 4, score over 4, or at 4, and you'd usually win. And they would be very competitive ball games. However, when they'd score 3 or less, which was often, you saw a lot of 1-run, 5 hits, a lot of 2 runs, 3 hits, stuff like that. You're not pressuring the opposing pitchers. You're not pressure on the defense. You're just doing the same crap. Their record was deplorable, dude. I mean, you're talking about maybe less than 10 wins when they scored 3 or less. So, they took the bulk of their losses by not scoring. And again, you're hitting with runners in scoring position at 227. Your OPS is super low. You may have the top 5 home runs as far as a team in the league, but you look at the RBI differential, and it's barely
doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. And then you look at the fact that there are 150 almost runs in the plus minus. They're minus.
Yeah.
You can't win, dude. You look at every playoff team, they're either at 500 or even, or they're way over in run differential. And so we just don't have the pitching to combat that lack of hitting. And so a lot of people were like, hey, this pitching staff sucks. This guy's got a high ERA. True. The bullpen sucks. They did the best they could. But when you look at the real problem, James, the real problem is the fact that you have a bunch of speed you're not utilizing. You have a bunch of guys who, if you just change their mentality and they were hit for contact, could really make a difference, and they could score some runs and win some of these games that they're traditionally losing.
Yeah, definitely. Some other notes about the season, Ron Washington had to leave early. I believe, what was that, June, I want to say? He had the health issues. He had to have surgery.
I called that, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel guilty for calling that one, but I was like, that dude's going to have a heart attack.
It could have happened if he continued to manage this team more and more. My manager, of course, had to bow out there. Basically, I don't think he'll come back next season.
No,
I don't think he should.
No,
just based on his health, honestly.
It's hitting off.
Kikuchi, you say, was the lone all-star. Did he even show up to that game?
Do you know how many fans did not? No, he showed up, but he didn't participate, obviously. Yeah. Do you know how many fans did not get that choke at the stadium?
I got it right away.
Well, yeah, well, me and you would. Mm-hmm. But at the game, I don't know if Rob did or better. Probably not. But they play a song and say, you say, the Jewel song. And then nobody said Kikuchi. I'm the only one yelling, Kikuchi!
So Trout finally hit his 400th home run.
Took him long.
You would have figured that was like, what, 5 years? You know, he should have done it
4
5
years ago.
4 years ago,
4 years
yeah. Adele and Ward had breakout seasons offensively, but Ohapi and Soriano regressed. I don't know if you agree with that.
Oh, dude, he looked terrible. I think Rob brought it up in one of the post games, how he was like standing on one foot or lifting his foot, like swinging out of his shoes.
Yes.
And so it's like you can't make solid contact like that. And you don't think the pitchers pick up on that and they look at the film and say, well, look, this guy he just loves to chase these rising fastballs. Let's just throw rising fastballs.
You know, Soriano, I don't know if it's a thing where, you know, we talked about it where he's great, he's good on the road, but at home, there's just no cooking for him. What's going on there?
I don't know. I mean, that could be a head thing where he needs somebody to give him that reassurance. Some of these guys, it's weird. You could give them a speech in spring training, and they don't need to be talked to the rest of the year. They sort of like flip a switch, they become professional, and they're fine the rest of the year. And then other guys, you need to baby them and tell them before every start, before every attack, like, hey, man, you're going to crush it. You know, we'll give you a candy afterwards. You know, like, I don't know. Give them a back rub. But I think that's part of it, dude. I think that there's certain guys you got to know that, okay, we got to coddle this dude. We got to pump him up. He's got to go through certain routines and whatnot. And then there's certain players where you could just leave them alone and let them do their thing.
All right. Reed Detmers, he found a new path for consistency out of the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good for a while.
He wants to be a starter.
Kenley Jansen, I think, had a solid season and was a leader for the team. Remember that safe situation he had in Tampa where he told Shawnee Well where to play at first, and they got the out, they got the save. And he always hated when Barry Enright came out and talked to him. Did you notice that with Jansen? He would go behind the mound and like, why is he coming out here? I'm a veteran.
But he looked up into the sky like, okay, say what you got to say and get the hell out of here.
Definitely. I think the one thing that pissed all of us off, I want to say, was there was no moves at the deadline to get better or to get better for the future.
Hey, you watch your mouth. We were competitive. Right? I think that was the whole thing.
No. When you bring in Luis Garcia for his third tour of duty.
Let's just say what it is. We brought him back because we liked his beard.
Yeah.
We liked his beard. I mean, he had the no mustache thing. It was like the whole like cut right here. It was a weird shaped beard. It still looks weird.
Who was it? Andrew Chafin and then Peraza were the main other moves that they made, and that was supposed to be competitive.
Former first-round pick.
The offseason now, really quick. The woes that are coming out of it. Artie's audit of the stadium, or it's going to get audited. What's going on with that, you think?
The audit could be anywhere from another cool $800 million to 2.5 from what I heard, because that would be a complete retrofit of the stadium. That is not cheap. And if the city can prove it's on him, he's got to pay all of it. And I don't think he can afford it, because you look at his net worth, it's been argued that it's anywhere from $4 to $6 billion. But that's his owning of the Angels, though. Most of that is. So it's like, that's not really his net worth, you know, because he doesn't have that cash in the bank. It's just if he were to sell. So I think he would be smart to sell, or at least get a group in there and be a minority owner.
That price is going lower and lower every season, it feels like, to sell the team.
I mean, why would you not buy the team for billions when you have Rendon?
By the way, across the 57 here, OC Vibe, it's in its first constructive phase.
Yeah, there's 3 phases.
It's just another shot at the Angels.
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, and the thing is, they can't start phase 2 until Artie settles with whatever that's going on.
Yeah.
Because Artie has to be a big player in part 2, and then part 3 they're going to do a river walk and the whole thing to unite the whole Disneyland as well. So it's a 3-parter. Yeah. So like a triangle. So like that's all got to go down, and Artie's got to be a part of it. If he's not, they're going to have to move on with someone else. I mean, in theory, the Samuelis could flip the bill for everything, but then they would own the land that Artie wants. So
you wonder what comes out of that. The Skaggs, the family lawsuit again. What was it for? $785 million.
It started at they wanted to settle for $224 million,
Wow.
and then what happened was already pushed it back and back and back, and now, right now, realistically, I think he's going to lose $500 million. I don't think it's going to be 785. So I think it'll be like $500 million going out to Skaggs. There's no way he's going to lose that case, or they're going to lose that case.
Some network moments here. We're going into our 5th season next year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in June or May of 2021.
Yeah, it was a couple
started
months
off.
after the season started.
Yeah, Brewhiem here became the hub of our events. Shout out to
Yeah.
them and everybody coming in, all the loyal people that have come around. The OC Dugout, the 7-1 for tickets, had the signings for players.
Yeah.
The Ohapi Bowl, and as they all come in, the softball games with the top
I
fan
know,
rivalry.
the new fans coming in here right now, like they missed out on the Halo Boys. We had this whole place filled with Halo Boys.
Yeah. That was fun though with top fan rivalry. The softball game last Saturday.
We have another one coming up on the 25th.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
We're looking forward to that. So you want to sign up for that to be on Team Edie.
2 other things. The football show's going well on the network here on Tuesdays. So if you're into the NFL, go for that. All the TV shows that we did throughout the year. Vince has just been amazing. His show, the Hot Take Hoedown. Hot Take Hoedown.
It's hard to say really
A lot of H's.
Yes.
And then the launch of the Ducks pre and post game content that will be coming up. If you want to explain that really quick.
Yeah, we're gonna have on the last preseason game. We're gonna kick it off with our first podcast about Ducks hockey, previewing the season, talking about the players, the roster, what to look out for, where we think you're gonna finish, that type of thing. Then opening night, I think it's October 9th against the Kraken up in Seattle, but it's a road game. But we'll be here at Brewhiem to do a watch party. So and our boy from Ducks Game Day Replay. He's the main guy that's going to be coming on and introducing to our page. And he's got quite the following. So we're going to have a lot of quacks here and hopefully making some noise on the road before they come home. I think they play the Kings at home or somebody at home first. Penguins. Okay. Pittsburgh. So, yeah. So it's going to be fun. I mean, the Ducks will be more competitive than the Angels this year.
And I'm actually going to hopefully get to some games. You know, I'm not much of a hockey watcher until probably postseason. So I got to get into that even more.
Yeah, Rob, if you want to get on the mic here, if you get a chance, you can bring him along. Can you push the chair right here, Ben? Yeah, Big Rob is here. I might move over or we might, yeah. Here we go.
Oh, no, I won't break it.
Rob, dude, thoughts on the season? Because obviously you've been here a lot during the regular season, talking with us on the podcast and various other shows. Give us a synopsis of what you felt this season was going to be like and then how it wound up.
You know, I thought it was a pretty great year overall. I mean, what do you expect? Everyone was expecting a playoff contender and all that stuff. The West was down this year overall, but you look at it, you knew Seattle was going to pick it up. They were too talented. They were going to make moves at deadline overall. They were going to do little things here and there. Houston, by far, biggest disappointment. I thought they could have made a little push at the deadline. They didn't do it. But at the end of the day, Houston is Houston. They have 2 MVPs on their team, right? Even though Tuesday, as much as we all hate him, the little midget that he is, I don't like him at all. But you go to him and you go to Yordan Alvarez. That guy's elite by far. The rest of the league right now, I think, is lucky. The fact that Yordan Alvarez got hurt, and that's why Detroit Tigers currently are in playoffs right now, but not the Indians or the Cleveland team, Ohio team, is looking like they're going to get in now too with the Halo win tonight. But overall, I said it from the beginning, and you guys are there too, I thought starting pitching was the biggest issue this year. Even with Reed Detmers in the bullpen too, I thought that's the greatest move ever. I can see why he wants to go be a starter. The starters get paid. But Kikuchi, for me, Todd, you said it, you gave him the courtesy number 3 starter. He's number 5 guy to me. He's just a guy who eats up innings. He doesn't get hurt much, but he's not going to blow you away. He actually has not done that in Major League. He had a good second half of the year with Houston, but if you go through that Houston lineup, of course, you can give up 3-4 runs and be in every single game. But for the Angels overall, it's exactly what we expected. I mean, there's some good breakout stars this year. Joe Adell came alive. I was very happy with that. Taylor Ward, as much as we give him crap, who do we turn to get rid of Taylor Ward? And I don't think, Teodosio, he's been good for us so far, but it's a very small sample size that we have from him. Can he last 162? I think we'll see next year.
Can he hit for contact? I think that's what I want to see.
I would like to see him hit for contact more a little bit. I want to know who told him to bat right-handed but throw left.
Yeah.
They deserve to be punched in the face because that guy is so fast.
He's like my dad.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that guy is so fast that if he was a left-handed hitter out of that box, it'd make a difference for us too. Ichiro type, at least, get him out of the box. But
yeah,
I mean, looking up and down, we didn't have the bullpen 100%. We had to make do. I mean, the bullpen played great this year, but we all expected this. I didn't expect the Angels to be great. I didn't think they're going to be worse than the A's, like James said. I was like, come on, James, you're kind of a little downer. But now, as we're looking up at Oakland, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, it does.
I would say this, Rob. I know we're not going to go out there and get 2 number ones, let alone 1 number one. It would shock me if we did. But I think you can plug in a few more Kikuchis and have to rely on that kind of above average to average pitching. I think the real turnaround would be, I don't agree or disagree with this one, Rob, just getting our mentality changing of swinging at everything and making more contact, small ball. I think we could win because I think we have the starters to give up the 4 or 5 runs per game, and we could match that or do better if we had a different mentality. Do you agree with that?
I respectfully disagree with that because every time we face a number 1 or number 2, and the teams, there's plenty of teams, especially in the AL now, who have those guys, get Skubal and everybody is a 1-2, multiple guys could be aces somewhere else. You need a shutdown pitcher to come in. You need, I know we're not going to get a Paul Skeens type of guy, right? That's not going to happen with the Angels anymore. But if you're not going to get that, you need a guy with ground balls. I want a Michael King. I want to go after a Dylan Cease type guy. Those guys, a Shane Bieber type guys. Those guys who give you ground ball outs, not pop fly outs, because at the end of the day, Angel Stadium, you hit that wall in right field, it's a home right now.
Yeah, that's
it's so ridiculous.
I hate that. I'm
Same
with you on
here.
that.
But now you got to cater to your pitchers. So I look at Michael King. That's the number 1 guy I'm going after. He's Jose Soriano with more control. Yeah, he has an injury this year, but other than that, when he was with the Yankees, he was very reliable. He works hard. He grinds it out. I don't know if he's going to leave San Diego. I don't think he will personally. But if you make the money right, if San Diego Padres win a World Series this year, please, hopefully they do, he'll go ahead and leave and chase the money.
Yeah.
But I look at our hitting, and yeah, I mean, it's like offense and defense in football. Sure, I'm a big USC fan. USC can outscore every single team. They couldn't stop crap today.
Yeah.
But that's what happens with the Eagles, too. We've been out hitting teams. You're scoring 7 runs, but you're giving up 8. It's ridiculous. So you need these shutdown guys to come in, starters. And I don't even think you see crew types. I want better. We overpaid for this dude. This should hit the jackpot from the Angles, I think. Because no other team was even in the realm of what he was in. But yet we let Nick Pivetta walk away and go down south, down to 5. And he's killing it this year. I was telling you, that's the guy I really wanted from day 1. But yet we're still going for these number 1 guys. Let's go with what fits our stadium and fits our style. Because right now, defensively, behind us, I think we're really good.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I mean, I remember like what James was saying as far as what they, bringing in certain players. I know you were on a Pivetta train since day 1, dude. And that guy's done nothing but good down there in San Diego, where again he's a number 5 for them.
He started off as number 5. He's now their ace.
Yeah,
because he is a ground ball type pitcher, and in San Diego, that field is so huge. A beautiful stadium at that too. But it's so big, it plays to his style of play.
If you were to get that here in Anaheim, like you said, the ground balls, because the ball does fly at night or even during the day, because I should say, yeah, you get ground ball pitchers. That's why when Soriano is actually on it, the rare times he's on it at home, he comes through. So yeah. You get Pivetta here, and again, how much did they spend for him? Wasn't it 1 year, $8 million or something like that?
Yeah, it was, but they lost draft picks. There were some little things here and there where you lost some supplemental picks as a 2nd and 3rd round overall, but it wasn't a huge thing, especially for the Angels. I mean, we'll talk. I mean, that's just me. Like with the Angels overall, I think we draft pretty well. We've had one bad year with Terry, and that's my take. I like Terry Manassian. I just think he's hampered by what we have as an owner right now, too, and what the game plan is. Because as of now, there is no plan.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. A lot of people like transparency. They like to know that, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is where the team's going. If you give us a 3-year, 4-year window of what we're going to be up against or what we're going to do, I think it would make fans feel a lot better if we knew what was going on.
I did just disagree with Lord Todd on that. We've had our disagreements a couple of times on this. The trade deadline, everyone wanted hitters. I was still thinking we need pitching. And I look at our offense today. Our offense is still very good. I'm very confident going forward. And the worst case scenario, we get these young guys going through small ball. You can always fix that, right? You can adjust your offense. You can't really adjust your pitching staff so much.
Yes, that's the thing. That's the thing too. Like, the pitching is the hardest thing to fix when it comes down to it. But if you're able to build the minor leagues, which we haven't done in a while, it's one thing to not have that, but you got to fill in the gaps with free agents to give those guys time to mature in the minor leagues. And then as far as hitting, like, I just think the last 2 seasons under Marcus Thames and now Johnny Washington, you have the absolute worst game plans out there.
You do. I mean, you saw a lot of launch angle with Marcus Thames, Johnny Washington. So I'm back and forth with him. I'm not big on him at times, and other times I see how he's turned some guys around. You look at Joey Dell, turn him around, Taylor Ward, but their averages are down at the same time too. But they're more selective on pitching and all that stuff. But I also look at what protections are there in the lineup. Are we doing this line correctly?
No.
Is there anybody backing up Joey Dell? Is there anybody backing up Taylor Ward at the times? And there's not. Where as a pitcher, you can go ahead and throw your best stuff. Because if you walk the guy, there is nobody behind him who's going to hurt you. So it's just okay. Because with Mike Trout batting second or batting first, I think it's ridiculous. Nolan Shanwell as well. I think he should be batting lower into the order too. And it's just neat because you need those guys to move runners over. And Zach Neto too. That guy's number 3 hitter.
Yeah, I've been complaining about that all year. Him leading off, he hit he broke the record, 8 home runs, I should say, as a leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
But I want that dude bringing in the doubles and the singles like he usually does in the 3-4 hole, like you said. I'd like a Dell before and like a guy like Taylor Ward 5.
Yeah, or set up the guys where you have speed around.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. But get a guy on first base, like for me, why is Teodosio not batting first? If he's on first, take those pitches, work that count. He gets on base, he can turn a single or walk into a double like that. And then it's easier to move these guys over. But that's a different philosophy of baseball. So now, as much as I want to get on Johnny Washington for it all, sorry, my kid doesn't like what I'm saying. As much as I want to get on Johnny Washington for it all, is it him or is it the management? It's coming from somewhere. Yeah. At the end of the day, the manager calls the shots, right, on what they're going to do and what they're not going to do during a game. But as a hitting coach, you just got to adjust.
That's true. So, first, let me pass this mic over here to our boy. Yeah, you're going to get on.
I was getting a little tired.
We'll get you back on in a second, Rob. Yeah, he sure is. He didn't like those comments.
That's the Go Dodgers?
No Go Dodgers. This is our boy Bill from Top Fan Robbery, our ace in the hole for our pitching staff.
Oh,
by the way,
yeah.
Yeah.
I got the win. Gave him 19 runs, but I got the win.
Hey, you gave him less than I do.
There you go. All right.
So, but that was a good game, and we won that game. So, looking forward to the next one, which is what, October 25th?
October 25th. Yeah. Strange as it is, we had 41 people register last time. We had about 38 players. We've already anticipated possibly having as many as 50 or 60 players. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait, dude. A lot of us had fun. I think EQ's knees are still recouping. He had bloody knees.
They are.
So, yeah.
I just want to know, can I pitch on your team again? That's all I need to know. That's all I'm here for.
I think you earned the spot. I think we'll have to throw you a contract.
Hey, that's the pitcher right there. There you go.
They didn't like my backspin, so they liked it.
You know what we got to do? Though is I got to go buy one of those extenders for the plate.
Yes.
So you don't have to hit home plate.
Yes. I actually have one. Remind me.
Okay.
I'll bring it.
All right.
So, but yeah, the field was nice. We had a really good time. The after party was nice at the pizza place. What was the name of the pizza place again?
The OC, yeah. By OC Local. It's called the Pizza Store by OC Local. Really good pizza, right, fellas?
Best.
There you go, right there.
The barbecue chicken. Oh my God, that was really, really good. So now, Bill, you're obviously a Dodger fan, but you also do a lot of
Angel
stuff.
stuff, yeah.
Angel stuff. Plus, you do baseball stuff for other teams. So we've seen Philly fans on, we've seen Mets fans on, Red Sox. You name it, they've covered it, right? At Top Fan Robbery. Give them a like and a follow over their Instagram or any of their social media.
Thank you.
Bill.
Yes.
As an outsider looking at the Halos, not throwing any shade.
No, I'm not going to. I actually have a lot of good stuff to say.
Okay, good. Okay. Because
I was thinking about this. I knew that you were going to be here, and I didn't tell you I was coming because I didn't know if I was going to be able to make it. But
yeah,
I just showed up and said, "Hey, let me sit down."
Well, that's cool. I mean, you missed the Halo Boys. It was like literally we had a raffle. We gave away a lot of stuff here. and but they cleared out early because they wanted to go in the game because I think they're going to do like a pre-interview or whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, the point being is, Bill, obviously from the outside looking in, obviously the team you get to watch and enjoy, that's your team. What do you think about seeing the Angels as an outsider? Because we all have our opinions as Angels fans. But what would you think would be Bill's reasons or factors for the Angels turning things around, whether it's at the top to on the field?
So we'll start with on the field, and then we'll move over to the top. Worst case scenario, you will be, I think, 8 games. Worst case scenario, you'll be maybe 8 games better than last year. Best case scenario, I think 10, which is a huge turnaround. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a huge turnaround. Taylor Ward had a phenomenal year this year. But I hear he bought a house in Georgia and made some comments about playing for the Braves. So if you keep Taylor Ward, you have Zach Neto, you have Mike Trout. We saw vintage Mike Trout last night, right? 2 home runs. You have how much pitching can you get? And where's the pitching at? You guys play in a great ballpark. You don't have to shovel snow 4 months out of the year, so you should be able to recruit well. I actually think the Angels 2026 will be a year where they break that 10-year drought of being under 500. Maybe a playoff team. If there is no strike in 2027, I say that you guys are in the playoffs. I'm concerned about the strike.
Yeah, I am too, because that would be the biggest, catch-22 is they finally get a team built to contend, and then the strike would play.
Right.
Because I was telling these guys earlier on, and I mentioned a couple times in the pod, that I think we're built for speed. We have a lot of speed, but we don't make enough contact to utilize that speed. And I think scoring runs would help us out a lot. I think this team can score. But, we talked with Kyron Parrish, someone who is very close to Kyron Parrish and a cousin, and he said that when he went to work with Aaron Judge's hitting instructor in the offseason, when he got here, the Angels changed everything he learned. And so when he started to get into a rut, he tried to go back to some of the stuff that Aaron Judge's instructor taught him, and he was just kind of floundering, and they deemed him uncoachable. And they kept him in the minors since. Yeah. So, I think there's that mentality. I think I want to get your opinions because obviously you hear things, you're in the know, and as are we hear some things too. But is it really going to take also a regime change, or at least the regime to realize, okay, put ego aside, let's put the right people in place to manage or to move this team?
Well, the first thing, and I know that a lot of people have said that Perry needs to go. Let's assume that he doesn't go for a second, and then let's assume that he does go, okay? If he doesn't go, in his office, if he's got whiteboard in his office, if I were him, I would be looking at building an on-field management team that can get him on, get him over, get him in. Forget the 5-run home run.
Yes.
Everybody's trying to hit that, okay? Get him on, get him over, get him in. So that means, by the way, that means Zach Neto bats 2. You find a traditional leadoff hitter where Zach can move people around, right? And use his speed, use his talents, things like that. That's where I would start. Now, there's a lot of good guys out there. Rumor has it that Torrey Hunter's been here all weekend. Rumor has it that he's your next manager. If he's your next manager, that's going to be phenomenal. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Then you've got to build from the top first and then build down to the field. You have a lot of good pieces on the field. I don't know that Perry was given full access to do what he needs to do. So I know
that for a fact. Yeah.
And I mean, you know how I feel about this, and we won't talk about this online, but I'll defend Perry, not because of relationships that I have around him, but I'll defend Perry because I just don't think he got that. But let's work on get him on, get him over, get him in. Look at people like Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay was this close to a playoff spot this year. They have 2 players combined that have 80 stolen bases.
Yeah.
Where are the Angels with that?
Nowhere close. I think that's more than what we have.
right? As a team.
because you look at us. I mean, we went over the stats when we started the show.
Right.
You're leading the league in strikeouts. I mean,
Right.
we're literally leading the league by 150 over the Rockies.
Mhm.
We're hitting the lowest with runners in scoring position.
Right.
We have one of the lowest totals in stolen bases. So, we don't utilize, and we've bunted the least amount of times in all of baseball.
So you're old enough to remember this. I am definitely old enough to remember this. In the heydays with Ricky Henderson, that guy had a great eye. So let's assume he walks. If you're the opposing manager, if there was a pitch clock back then, right, and this disengagement thing, if I was the opposing manager, I just walk out to the umpire and say, just put him on third. He's gonna make us look bad. Just put him on third. He's gonna steal second and third anyways. Just put him on third. But how many times within 10 pitches of the game starting were the Oakland A's or the New York Yankees or whoever he was playing for in his prime up 1-0?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Get him on, get him over, get him in.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's an entirely different ballgame versus, hey, let's see if we can get Ricky on, and then Jose's going to knock him in, or Mark McGuire's going to knock him in. No. Get him on, get him over, get him in.
Well, I'll tell you this, like, I don't, and maybe Saucy knows, what year was it when we had Tony Phillips and Ricky Henderson on the same roster? Was it 97 or 98? 97,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, late 90s. Yeah.
So that year we had an average to above average lineup. Terrible pitching.
Yeah.
But to your point, Henderson got on. He's automatically at second, even at his age. Then Phillips is either going to bunt him over to third or he's going to single him in. So we would grab the lead early every time.
I'll take you back even further. Remember the days when you guys were making the playoffs consistently? How about Gary Pettis, followed by Devon White, followed by Wally Joyner?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'll take you back even further. Am I right about this? I mean, Gary Pettis gets on, Devon White can bunt him over, Devon White can hit and run, and then you had guys like Wally Joyner that can knock him in.
Gappers and singers.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing when the Angels had Sean Pickens and Eric Eidler.
Yeah. Hello, Sean. I'm about an inch taller than Sean. I ran into him at a Subway, and I'm not very tall. My baseball card says I'm 6'7". I'm not really 6'7".
You're 6'9".
Yeah, I'm 6.
No, but it's really true because I would like the mentality to change because the last 3 years I've seen my share of strikeouts.
Uh-huh.
I'm tired of watching it because I told the fans the other day, and they were able to watch the same thing where if I say, hey, if you want to watch a different brand of baseball,
Yes.
go online or watch highlights and watch these other teams. When we look at our box score, we see 12 to 14 strikeouts nightly.
Right.
But if you look at other teams and they're averaging 6 to 7 maybe, and that's high for them, they're getting guys, but you also see you're getting 4 walks, 5 walks. You're pressuring the defense. Anytime you can get people on and pressure the defense, use the strategy of the opposing manager to have to adjust his defense, the pitcher's got to adjust his pitches. He can't all of a sudden just try to bury you with fastballs. He's got to, everything changes if you put man on base. I don't understand why we don't value that.
So I was watching Todd mentioned that we cover all 30 teams. So I'm at the Arizona San Diego game last night, 8th inning. Right now, Arizona loses, they're out.
Yeah.
Arizona wins, they can stay in. Right? They got bases loaded, and they're down by, I think, 4 runs at this point. Guy walks on 7 pitches, but the last 2 pitches were balls. The next guy comes up, 4 balls in a row. And I'm yelling at the TV screen, if this guy swings at the first pitch, he should be like benched. And sure enough, he waited for 2 pitches. He waited for a strike. The guy threw 8 balls in a row. Then he waited for a strike, and then he took 2 more balls and walked in a run. And that's the mentality that people don't have because they're expanding the zone, right? And so the Angels do this a lot. I mean, how many times are you watching on TV where you're watching a good situation and these guys are expanding the zone, right? You got to stop doing that, and you got to put the pressure on defenses. There is nothing wrong. There is 0 wrong with Mike Trout laying down a bunt.
Yeah, I mean, who would expect it at this point, right?
Guy's batting 230.
Yeah.
I get the fact that he hit 2 Johnsons last night. I get it. But he's batting 230. There's nothing wrong with him laying down a bunt. When it's first and second and nobody out and you're down by a run, there's nothing wrong with him laying down a bunt.
I remember a year Darren Erstad was hitting, he had like 20-something home runs or 27 home runs. He had like 100 RBIs, and he laid down a couple bunts late in the season to get them in the postseason. as sacrifices or to catch the other team off guard. It's like I miss the fact that again he had changed his game from just like that scrappy, dirty kind of player to now like he's a an imposing threat.
Got to get it on, yeah.
Yeah, but then he still remembered his roots and was like, hey, I'm gonna lay down a butt. And let me just tell you this real quick.
Yeah.
How many games I've gone to in the social era, and not since, when I would go to a game and you see guys running the track, you would see guys before they start and in the batting cages, bunt one down first and then hit.
It's old school.
Yeah.
It's old school. And see, again, this is the thing. So when Mike Trout signed that huge contract, 27 mil tickets a year, right? We all looked and go, oh my gosh. And now you've got Juan Soto, you've got Shohei Ohtani, you've got all these guys, Pete Alonso, all these guys are making 30, 35, 40 million a season, right? But they're not looking for them to get on. They're looking for them to get the 5-run home run. Mike Trout's got 230, guys. Find a hole and put the ball in the hole. Like, I would rather see Mike Trout bat 260, 270. Now, we're old enough to remember this, and some of the people that are sitting here remember this too. Dale Murphy played about 3 seasons too long. His years in Philly and his year in Colorado were terrible. Never made the Hall of Fame. Mike Trout's going to make the Hall of Fame, but you get what I'm saying. So, back to your original question, you guys are on target. It's just get yourself a little bit of pitching and go back to playing old school baseball.
Yeah.
Back to go in. There's teams that are rebuilding. Colorado's rebuilding. Washington's rebuilding. The Pittsburgh, Miami, the White Sox. All these guys are rebuilding. Take 2 out of 3 from them. And who cares about winning streaks? Just win 4 out of 6 games every week. Who cares about a winning streak? Just win series.
Yeah, that's what we talked about that 2 seasons ago. I think the law of averages is if you win 70% of the series that you play, even if you split a 4-game series, you're guaranteed to make the postseason.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not looking for a 9-game winning streak. I don't think this team's anywhere capable of that. But like you said, if you're able to grind out a couple out of 3, then yeah, it's going to make a difference. Like you might not see the fruits of your labor right away, but at certain points, the other team's going to hit a 5 to 6 game skid.
So I know that I joke around. So everybody knows, obviously, Todd and I are in Orange County. Todd knows I'm a Dodger fan. And by the way, there's 3 types of Dodger fans. There's the ones like me that have been Dodger fans since we were little, like born into it, kind of. There's Dodger fans that have been Dodger fans since 17, and there's the Dodger fans that just got out of the pokey. Right, and those are the guys that you see on TV all the time that people don't like, right?
Yeah, the knives and guns.
Right.
Pepper
So, but the Angels are my American League team. I like the Angels, and I could take a 2-hour show on here with you, bragging about all the pieces that I think that you guys are doing right, and all the things that I think are happening that are positive. There's nothing. I get the fact that you fell short this year, but there's a lot of positives to take away from this year. Taylor Ward's a perfect example. That's a great. Joe Odell is hitting so much better. Look at what Zach Neto is doing. Although I don't know if I was Zach Neto if I tried to take on Hunter Brown. I mean, that guy convinced us. The guys walking out to the mountain like, Zach, you ain't got a shot, dude.
But I do like his moxie, though. I think he was waiting for other people to help him out.
Yeah.
He was waiting for Adele to get in there.
When nobody was running out of the dugout, it was kind of like Robin McCurr when he got out there. Oh crap, this is Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, Nolan Ryan's gonna kick my butt. But that's what we were talking about earlier too. Like this isn't the team either, Bill, that if you throw on our guys, we're gonna stick up for you. And that's a problem I have too. I need
that's a culture thing.
Yeah, I need the culture to change, bro. Like I really do, and I think that's why I wanted your outside opinion because I think if anyone looks at this team long enough, or if like you have and other teams, you could tell they like each other.
They do,
but I don't think they have each other's back.
So a very well-known 80s and 90s player whose physical health is ailing him now said on the East Coast. He said on the East Coast radio station, and he said it to a buddy of mine offline. He said, once these guys sign their big contract, they don't care. And he says that now, and that's when he was playing. He played with guys like Darryl Strawberry and guys like that. Nowadays, when you're talking about $30 million, nowadays, I just walked in on the show.
You're good. You're good. I agree.
Here, go ahead.
all the Perry haters, even a Dodger fan can see what's wrong with this franchise. It is not Perry Manasseh at the end of the day. I still think it's Artie Moreno overall, but it's some good content here. Good talk going back and forth. A lot of the stuff they're talking about, guys, is black and white TV. It's freaking crazy baseball years.
Yeah, absolutely. You're heading over to the game, right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll see you guys over there. All right, Ron.
I guess.
Press that button and tell that guy that you think that his kid's doing good.
Dude. I love Perry.
But yeah, no, I look back at what you guys are accomplishing, and it's good stuff. It's just a matter of time, right? And yes, listen. I'm not a big fan of this person, partially because he embarrassed me in high school, because he was a lot older than me, and I played in a league that was for college guys, and he hit a home run off the Blair Field. But Bill Nevin, a couple of years ago, when he was your interim manager, he got in that scrap. I thought, okay, that's what the Angels need. They need that firepower. They need somebody to go out there and do something, right? So I agree.
I like Nevin, Bill, to wrap it up here. I like Nevin, but I just did not like the way he I just didn't I didn't like the way we didn't give him the chance that I think he deserved. I know he made some dumb mistakes, but I think he was thrown into the fire too early. I think by the time he got the team to respect him, it was time to go.
One of the things that fans don't see, and you've heard me talk about this on a podcast, and you've said this too, I've heard you say this. There's two different types of baseball. There's the business of baseball and there's the fandom of baseball, right? And so oftentimes those two don't meet. But what you understand, what I understand, what some fans may not understand, is these guys are guys, period. So what happens, you're a father, what happens if you had to fly to Milwaukee to play a 3-game series? You guys are on a 4-game losing streak. You're 2 for 27 the last couple of games. You're 2 for 27, and you get a phone call from your wife that says your kid is on the way to the ER because he scraped his chin and he needs 12 stitches. You're a father, and you can't be there? Come on.
Yeah,
Then you go back out there and you see a pitch that you should have swung at, but you didn't swing at it. I mean, these guys are guys. There's that type of mentality that we got to be careful with too, right?
Oh yeah. There's definitely a personal aspect to it, but
yeah. So
I think at this point, though, when you're the Angels, you've been out of the playoffs for 11 seasons now. It's hard to think about that. Yeah. I think you're more like, we gotta win.
Well, trust me, I wish I could show you my phone between the Guardians fans, between the Astro fans, and the Tigers fans today. I must have gotten 30 or 40 messages. Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's not included. Like the Astros. By the way, if Cleveland wins tonight, the Astros are out.
Yeah, they're out regardless. But
they're out.
I'm kind of hoping for Cleveland to lose, to be honest with you.
Because I want the Angels to knock them out.
The Angels to knock them out. I want them to be responsible. So we'll have to see how that goes.
You want the Angels to knock them out? That's funny.
Yeah, I mean that would be just like the Dodgers winning the series against the Dodgers. I mean, there's only certain bright spots we could look at this season, so I think that would be one of them if we can get that.
I love it.
But Bill, thank you for coming on. I know it's coming close to 6 o'clock, and we're going to make our way over to the stadium.
Yeah.
And where are you sitting tonight?
Amber's sitting in, I think, 222. I think I'm out with you boys tonight.
Okay. I'm in 260.
Oh, you're 260? Yeah, I think I'm out there by you boys tonight. I got that freaking ballpark app just sent new terms or something like that and locked me out, so I got to figure that out as I'm walking over.
Okay, sounds good. We're going to run into a lot of people. We'll see the Halo boys there. They're going to be all in white. So it should be fun tonight. Thank you, Bill, for coming over.
Thank you.
If you have not liked or subscribed over there to Top Fan Rivalry, what are you doing? You got to do that. They have some good content on there. You never know who you're going to see. You can see a freaking Reds fan. You can see talking about the NL East, the AL West. It all comes up there on Top Fan Rivalry. Plus, we have that game on the 25th, Bill.
Yes,
we're excited. We had a big turnout for our last one. My son's still talking about it. He's like, I got to hit the batting cages. I got to do better. So
Hey, and we may do one more this year where it starts out. Are you ready for this? Where it starts out with the home run derby and then the softball game.
Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. If we go baseball, I'll hit some over the.
There you go. Hey, Todd, thanks for having me. Let's do this again.
Yeah, absolutely, Bill. I always love having you on. So we'll wrap it up here at the Brewhiem. We had a nice turnout. They had some pizza here. They had some nice alcoholic beverages. And we will see you at the stadium if you're there tonight. If not, we'll be here again at the post game talking about the Angels here at Brewhiem. Our final post game of the season coming to you live at Brewhiem after the game. You'll want to join us there for that. So with that being said, everybody have a good rest of your afternoon. Enjoy some Angels baseball coming your way in just about 40 minutes or so. Let's go, Angels. Knock off them ass.